yacht to fall in love.
I'm a romantic.
I want to find love.
This is going to be the best summer of our lives.
But whoever you do not choose will be going overboard.
This is insane.
Let the games begin.
Watch the new Hulu original series, Love Overboard, now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers. Terms apply.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
DiPietro and Rothenberg's NFL Draft Couchcast, April 23rd, exclusively on the ESPN New York YouTube channel, WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Here we are on this Friday. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York YouTube channel. Good morning, Bartholomew.
What up, what up, what up? Freaky Friday. That's what's up, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Beautiful weather, beautiful day, a beautiful time to start a journey to the top, taking one step at a time. Bing bong.
I know what you're talking about, but I think you're being a little facetious when you say that. I think you're thinking a little bit more about Detroit, and I'm not trying to suck you into getting nailed for the jar here. Giving up the Pistons fine jar if I could find the words to say it.
No, listen, we crossed that road.
I think you're being facetious.
Well, we crossed that road. First of all, I can't spell facetious, so no way I can be using it.
I think you're being sarcastic.
Well, okay, that's a better word. I still can't spell that one, but I understand what that one means.
Neither can I, and I got a degree in English.
I mean, for me, all bets are off. I'm not going to worry about that road. I'm not going to cross. I'll cross that road when we get there.
Okay.
I mean, right now, what's best for our show, what's best for our city, is for our New York Knicks. Yes, I said "our" because I am a Knicks fan. Don't get it twisted. And Knicks is good for business, not only for our business, but Knicks are also good for the city business. The city comes to life. People are nicer. People, find things to talk about, things in common, something to talk about in offices. It is important for us to at least drag the Knicks to the Eastern Conference Finals. When we get to the Eastern Conference Finals, then I'll disown the hell out of them if it's the Pistons. If it's not the Pistons, I'll continue to root for Bing Bong. You don't think if they go to the championship, you don't think I'm going to use every piece of equity I have garnered with John and the powers to be to get me at the damn finals? I want to be there. It is nothing like when New York is lit with the Knicks playing well, with the stars out, with the energy, with the organ. Man. It's nothing like it.
Look at you.
I'm all for it, baby. And I want some guys, listen, I want my guys to step up. I know I hate on Josh Hart. I hate on him when it's about the Pistons, but I love him. If I was probably a basketball player, I would be Josh Hart. Scrappy do, coming on, doing whatever it needs to do, doing the dirty work. While Ray Lewis, a.k.a. Jalen Brunson, gets all the credit, and then I never get to shine. But then when he's not there, guess who's the leading man? Josh Hart, who showed a little bit, shooting from three a lot better than he has in his career. Looks like he's been empowered. He's going to be key for this first round. We know that he's the guy that's going to be probably tasked with Jalen Johnson. And we need him to step up defensively. Oh, but we need the big cat not to be a kitty cat. We need him to be Battle Cat from He-Man.
Look at you. You're growing, and I love it.
If I can change and you can change, then we all can change.
Well, let's get rolling with it, because that's where we're starting today at 800-919-3776. Also on the ESPN New York YouTube page, where you should be watching, you should be engaging in the conversation on the ESPN New York YouTube chat. We encourage you to do all that. It begins tomorrow night It begins at 6 o'clock. The journey for the Knicks trying to get back to not just the conference finals, but maybe even the NBA finals for the first time in 26 years. Here's where I stand with it. Bart, I feel like I have changed my expectations for them for the worse. And I don't mean to be negative when I say that.
But
it's more of a credit to everybody else than it is a knock on the Knicks. I look around the conference at the beginning of the year. We thought this was it. This was the opportunity for the Knicks to make it to the finals. The owner came out and said in January, going to the finals is what we have to do at the bare minimum. And now here we sit 3 months later, and we have a Celtics team that is much different than we anticipated it being all year long because of the Tatum injury. We have a Pistons team that has been dominant throughout the course of the year in the Eastern Conference. We did not anticipate that kind of growth, that kind of growth that quickly, and they have beat up on the Knicks consistently every time that they have played them. I don't believe that it's realistic to have the same expectation of going to the finals anymore as we did earlier in the year, because I just don't think they match up well with those teams, and they're going to have to go through both of them to get there.
They don't match up well with those teams. I mean, they should be able to match up with any team. You talk about a deep lineup. You talk about the flexibility to have 3 on-ball wings type defenders in Josh Hart, who should be more of a power forward, but he's a smaller guy like a Draymond Green. He's a utility knife. Bridges and OG. And not even talk about the guy you got from the Spurs. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be a defensive guy too, right? You know what I mean? Remember they put him on Cade and Cade hit him with the backup off me? Like, they supposed to have versatile defenders. They also have 2 7-footers. One that can come off the bench and at times play at the same time. What don't they have? They bought everything. They supposed to bought in the 6th man of the year in Jordan Clarkson. They got Shamit. They go super deep to match up with whatever issue any team in the playoffs decide. If they decide to go small, you should be able to go small too, right? Cat can pretty much play the 4 or he can play the 5, right? He can play big. He can play small. I don't want to hear none of this type of rhetoric talking about the expectations have changed. Last I checked, that team that beat up with them, leader barely made it to the 65. He had to get exemption to be eligible for the postseason awards because he had a collapse lung less than 3 weeks ago. So miss me with all that, man. My expectations are
I'm not trying to make excuses for them in advance.
What I'm saying is the one team that I got legitimate concern with is the Pistons. But Cade Cunningham, we don't know what Cade is. Like, this is like they'll get him at the right time. Maybe Cade, re-injured. I don't know if you re-injure a lung, but I'm sure that back is sore where you got need in his back that forced his lung to collapse. And who knows how that progresses with him fighting through that as he's continuing to try and get his cardio up. So this could be like the Knicks are not only one of the deepest teams in the Eastern Conference, they're one of the healthiest. Do you recall anybody having any major injuries going into this?
No.
So
no, I mean, listen, I'm always going to worry about Mitch. I'm always going to worry about his durability.
Yeah, but
I'm
right
always
now,
going to worry about Brunson and an ankle. I mean, but you don't have anything right now for sure.
Yeah, isn't that for any team? You always got concerned that they could get hurt, but I'm talking about going in.
But I mean, I think my fears there are more based in reality as opposed to just straight out paranoia. We've seen these things happen before with these 2 players.
Yeah, but it happens to every team. So the fact is they're healthy now. So let's see how it goes, right?
All right. Tom, I want to hear from Mike Brown and the very first cut that he has to talk about where he's asked about how he feels about his team and if they have enough right now to make the championship. So here he is.
Everybody in that locker room has a competitive spirit that I like and that I can say is unmatched. And I love the group. And we're competing not just for 53 wins. We're competing at the end of the day like we feel everybody else is to win it. And so for us, we're concentrating on practice tomorrow, getting ready for Atlanta. But our competitive spirit's there, so it's not anything that we take lightly.
It's not worried about competitive spirit. It's not. It's worried more about some of the guys that you mentioned and being deeper. Have they been what they were supposed to be?
They have not.
Has Jordan Clarkson been that? No.
They have not. But Chris, they won 54 games.
I know.
They're in the
I know.
They're in the 3 spot.
They're in the 3 spot.
So they're not the little engine that could. We're not feeling like
I'm not trying to sell that at all.
Okay.
I will not try to sell you on that. And this is not me making a preemptive excuse for it. This is me being a little bit more annoyed that we find ourselves in this spot that you saw a Pistons team take that massive step forward as quickly as they did with a young core, and that the Celtics, even after trading away players to get rid of money, have this incredible player who would not let them tank for a year and really held the fort down until Jason Tatum got back. Now, is Tatum 100%? I don't think so. If they ever get to the point of playing Tatum in round 2, you've got to do everything you can to try to get him up and down the floor and just run the juice out of him as much as you can.
Right.
But
that's
all of those things, though, Bart. Like, I feel like what they have right now, and you're not going to be able to convince me otherwise about the Celtics, particularly. I look back at that series last year, and I can't help but think the Knicks got really, really lucky.
Yes.
That's just all there is to it.
But sometimes
they got really lucky.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky and good. But the good thing is,
but I can't rely on that 2 years in a row.
No, but the good thing is this team personnel-wise should be better than it was last year. They had Jaylen Brown. They had Drew Holiday. They had Porzingis. They had matchup problems. They can be really, really big. They had Al Horford, the OG, right, the utility guy, like the what is he, Dominican? The Dominican version of Boris Diaw. Like, he can do it all. You know what I mean? Like, so for me, they don't have that. They don't have that veteran leadership. They're top heavy.
I mean,
right? They have
still
3
have
guys.
The guys like Derek White and
Right,
Pritchard who are really, really big factors for them.
You know what I love? Bring Pritchard ass out there. I'm going to give you a more irritating person. I'm going to give you Alvarado. Put him out there. I'm going to put Alvarado out there. Yeah, you got to
I'll put it another way, too, though. Has Alvarado lived up to what we expected him to be when he got here?
I mean, defensively, I think so. I think energy-wise, I think so. He's still trying to find his role. I mean, he was heavy in the rotation when he was in with the Pelicans, when he was that guy that we thought was a nuisance, a guy that was annoying, right? But he hadn't been called on like that. But we did see him put up a 30-burger, right?
So just right now, your expectation is finals or bust?
Finals or bust, yes.
Make it to the finals, or this is a disappointing year.
Make it to the finals, or we got to figure out how we going to get to the finals, because if we don't make it to the finals, that means somebody in front of us made it to the finals, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means somebody in the finals made it to it made it in front of us. They ain't going nowhere. Boston's only going to get better. This team that you playing early on, we hoping that they don't become the next Pistons, right? We don't want them to become the next Pistons, because if they become the next Pistons, then they're the new upstart. We know Charlotte's out there. Charlotte's, seems like they can be a team that bought. You heard Jaylen Brown say, "Hey," and Tatum say they remind of us. So there we go.
I guess what I would point to is that this was not as easy of a route as we expected it to be to get here, and I don't think we expected to have in front of them what they have in front of them.
Yeah, it never is. It never is. It's never as easy as we believe it's going to be, but it's never as hard as we think it's going to be either, because those other teams got to live up to expectations and got to get there too, right? You have Cleveland out there too that could mess around and beat somebody, upset somebody. We have a team out there in the Raptors that can maybe upset somebody, and then they can take care of your business for you. Your Pittsburgh Steelers, the greatest thing we ever did for them was beat the Patriots for them, so they wouldn't have to face them.
Absolutely true.
Because they can never beat them, but they can beat us.
So, all right, listen, I will take out of any consideration, if somebody else wants to take these guys out before they get there, then the Knicks' expectations go right back to where I would have had them.
Correct.
Like, if somebody else wants to take out the Pistons or take out the Celtics before the Knicks get to them, awesome. That'd be if the Sixers give the Celtics everything they could handle and force them to go 7. That would be amazing. I don't see that happening.
Yeah, we don't see it happen, but Cleveland's out there. Cleveland has better odds, or according to the experts, they have better odds than the Pistons.
So this is what really gets me. I got to share this with you. I heard it this morning. Credit to RJ, who saw this in The Athletic, and it was basically a poll that was done among players in the NBA right now. And here was the poll, okay? It's 146 players in the league that were asked about this. The poll is simply this: which team will win the NBA title? And you could not pick your own team, okay?
Okay.
You could not pick your own team. What team will win the NBA title? As you would expect, the Thunder, 50%, right? Mm-hmm. The Spurs, 25%. The rest of it from there, you want to take a guess at who's next up?
I would probably say the Denver Nuggets.
Nuggets are 4th at 7.5%.
Okay, so Nuggets, I would say maybe I would stay in the West. No, I wouldn't stay in the West. I would say the Pistons are 3rd.
The Pistons are 5th. They have 4.1%. And then the Celtics.
Oh, then it got to be the Knicks or Boston.
Nope.
Boston. I'm sorry, Boston.
Nope. The Celtics got 8.2%. And then the rest of the teams to win the championship are as follows: the Cavs, the Lakers, the T-Wolves, and the Hawks got 0.6% of the vote. You know who got no votes? The Knicks. The Knicks got no votes.
We already know about what that's all about. That's the open hating of the Knicks.
Oh, is it? I don't know that it is. Yeah. I think that's more honesty.
Man,
I think that's more players looking at matchups and thinking the Knicks are going to get run down at some point here.
What were their records against good teams? It was good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, man. Come on. Ant-Man and Rudy Gobert. Come on, man. Stop, man. Stop playing.
I'm not saying it's right.
Stop playing,
I'm saying that's where the respect level is for the Knicks right now. And that to me, is the effect that the whole Celtic dynamic has had on everything.
But that's also the open hating of the Knicks as a whole, as an organization. You know what Tupac said? That's I hate you forget you too. I hate you and your crew.
Mm-hmm.
Die slow. I hope none of your kids don't grow. Like, people just love to hate against. Listen, shout out to Zach LaVine too for taking the pants that I was trying to buy yesterday. I should have punched him in the back of his light-skinned head. I was so pissed because I was waiting for my shot. I was waiting for my guy to come down, and I was looking at some pants. I'm like, oh, these tight, bro. You know what I'm saying? And, so I went and sat down, and he went right over there. It's like, oh.
Wait a minute. You were at the
took
same
him to the
store
back.
as Zach LaVine?
Huh?
You were at the same store as Zach LaVine?
Yeah, man.
And Zach LaVine bought the pants that you were trying to buy?
Yes.
How do we not lead with this?
No, what happened was.
This is something you got to share with me before the show. Zach LaVine screwed you out of a pair of pants.
I was about to wear his light bread ass. So I was like, I know he ain't pick up the pants. I just was looking at to ask my guy to go put them in the back for me. But he was upstairs helping somebody else because I just popped up. And he went in the back, man.
I have no idea how we got there, and I don't care. That's amazing.
So Zach LaVine,
and you didn't chase him down or anything and said, those are my pants.
The thing is, I don't even think they have any more in the company. They got to they'll have to maybe special order, make it I have to pull a favor. I might not get them. I wanted to take them on vacation. I wanted to take them out with me, man. I wanted to take them. Man, they was fire. I ain't seen no pants like that in a minute. He's like, yeah, these are off the runway. I said, man, I ought to whoop his ass right now. I ought to choke his ass to sleep like Ben Rames and Baby Boy when he grabbed Tyrese and asked him to scream for his mama.
Here's a couple of the comments that are coming in on the ESPN New York YouTube channel, which you can certainly go to and should be going to and commenting because we'll get them in on the show. Let's see here. First thing, Eitan Tomlinson. This team is deeper, more rested than last season. Chris, KJ Jammer, such a lazy take. Knicks got lucky. How about the Knicks made the Celtics choke last year? KJ. I don't want to relitigate it.
Is it Kevin Johnson?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
This is something that you need to go back and look at in those first two games and see how many open shots that the Celtics missed. Because that was not about suffocating defense the entire time.
So
the
make
Knicks
them
went on
mislead,
and
though.
took advantage of being up 2-0, but the Celtics blew leads. I mean, those games were more about the Celtics losing than the Knicks winning. Can we be clear?
But that's their strategy, and that's what they live with. You live by the 3, you die by the 3.
Yep, absolutely true. Absolutely true.
So
a couple of others played Baki checking in. Knicks played most of those teams well. Carlin, that list that you gave and that poll is just clear anti-New York hate. And then Robert Davis, Carlin's always the dude looking for the negative. I'm not, actually. I'm rooting for the Knicks. Let's be clear here. I just don't feel nearly as good about how this was all shaping up as I did maybe 2-3 months ago. When Dolan made those comments, I would have agreed with him. I would have at the very least thought they got to get to the conference finals again, and if they lost, they had to lose in brutal fashion.
Yeah. Shout out to Dolan for staying out the way this year, too. You know what I'm saying? For all the hate that y'all give Dolan, man, he stepped aside. He's let the experts do their job, and he made a ballsy move by going from Mike Brown, which could have ended horribly. And yet he ended up with the same record. He ended up with the same. But he ended up with the same record, and I think if they don't make it, it's not about the decision to move from Mike Brown to Tibbs. I think the decision is about the players aren't good enough because they've got the adequate personnel. He went and upgraded, spent more money, locked down bridges, and he went and got a coach that gave them more offense that allowed the players from what they were complaining about to be more rested. So I expect way more out the Knicks this year because they should be well rested, because the body of work is not the same. They spread out. They spread the workload out amongst more players. I don't want to hear Bridges talking about his legs tired. He played more minutes than he ever played. I don't want to hear he played every game because he played every game. But when you talk about the minutes that he was playing, I think it was down 4 minutes or something like that. I don't want to hear none of those excuses, man.
All right, let's go. 800-919-3776. Have your expectations for the Knicks changed since the beginning of the year, since the middle of the year, to now? Do you feel like not making the finals is a disappointment right now, even the way things have played out? I want to get to D in Queens. We'll continue to load them up. The lines are open right now at 800-919-3776. But we will start with D in Queens on ESPN New York. D, what's going on, buddy boy?
What's up? My expectations have never changed, and other players basically reflect what I'm saying. I've been saying for a year. This roster is not good enough. It's not coaching. I've been saying this for a year, like consistently. And Atlanta's not as coached as well as Indiana, and they're not as fast, and they don't shoot as well. They're still going to get 2 games out of this series, but the Knicks are not that good. This ends in the second round. Like you're hinting at what happened with Boston last year. It was not just Tatum. Brown shouldn't have played at all. Neither should have Porzingis. What's the name? Drew Holiday was hurt. They had a ton of injuries on that team.
Guys. Here's the thing.
Yeah, but they're not there this year, though.
You can't go through the laundry list of guys who shouldn't play because they were on the court. They went out and played, period. It doesn't have anything to do with any of that.
I get it. Whatever. But even this year, the only reason the Knicks are by the way, Bart is acknowledging this subtly. The only reason the Knicks are actually a 3rd seed because the Cleveland didn't want the 3rd seed. They wanted the 4th. Because in their mind, they could beat Detroit.
See, now, this is the thing. We're done. We're done. Because here's the thing. When people are going to call me negative, there's your negative.
Oh, yeah, but listen. At least he's consistent, brother. He's been on this train. He's been on the Brunson. Listen, he don't call as much as he used to. But I tell you what.
He's always consistent about it.
When you say something about the Knickerbockers, like, yo, man, I want these dudes out of here. I want Giannis. I want anybody but what's here. Not the biggest Brunson fan either.
Definitely not. 800-919-3776. Poll is up over on the ESPN New York YouTube channel right now. Is this season a disappointment if the Knicks fail to reach the NBA Finals? Early returns are a little bit alarming, but get them going at 800-919-3776. We are just getting rolling. All the comments are coming in on the chat on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. We're going to preview the games this weekend. We're going to preview the Knicks, rather, with Tim Bontemps coming up at 11 o'clock. Between now and then, we're going to be talking to you a lot. Then we got NFL draft analysis with the great Jordan Reid, who will be, of course, a big part of all of the ESPN radio coverage. And he is one of the heir apparents and great draft analysts that ESPN has. That's all on the way, and just so much more. So much more. Bart had pants stolen away yesterday by Zach LaVine. And he didn't tell me that before the show, and somehow that's not where we start. Irresponsible. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
Hey, it's Michael K. Not sleeping? Well, it could be your mattress. That's why I always recommend my friends at PC Richard & Son. At PC Richard & Son, they don't just sell you a mattress. Their experts use a 4-step mattress fitting process so that your new bed fits you perfectly. They guarantee it. Top brands like Sealy, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic, and in-home delivery on any mattress $399 and up. It's free. So do what I do. Get to PC Richard & Son for your new mattress. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
Getting word of a crash on the LIE in Queens, westbound by Casino Boulevard. Not sure of the lanes, but it looks like it's getting slow. Side Coast Parkway on the island by Pioneer Drive. It's broken down car on the shoulder, southbound Side Coast. In New Jersey, plenty going on. Route 208 southbound at Route 4 at Fair Lawn, an accident being cleared. Route 27 is closed at Linden by Roselle Street and Clark Street. That's all because of an accident with a downed utility pole. 28 westbound by Boundbrook Road. Lanes are closed there. At Middlesex, because of a crash, Route 206 closed with an overturned dump truck by Drakesdale Road in Mount Olive Township, and Route 34 Hurley Pond Road at Wall. That's closed because of a crash near the airport. I'm Bob Williams on 880 ESPN New York.
D'Agostino, Law, Bite Back. This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, and I know how a serious accident can change your life just like that.
I'm Jenna D'Agostino, and I understand that with pain comes medical bills and time out of work. Let us get you justice.
This is John Ryan, the closer. For over 35 years, our family has been getting accident victims every dollar they deserve.
I started this firm for the injured so they can bite back against the insurance companies.
Our legacy is to get you justice. Bite back.
To get you paid. Bite back.
At D'Agostino & Associates, bite back means fight back. When you're hurt and they blame you, we bite back and get you every dollar you deserve. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey, so call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. 1-800-248-3222. I've been there, and I'll be there for you.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problems gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS4KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to cars4kids.org now or call 877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for for kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Smalls here. If it feels like everybody's sick right now, you aren't imagining it. Doctors say this is the worst cold and flu season in 25 years, and it's not over. I can't afford to get sick, and I doubt that you can either. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having an urgent care and a pharmacy right in your home. It includes prescriptions like generic Z-Pak to help you get well faster, plus antibiotics to treat pneumonia, strep throat, sinus and ear infections, nausea, even UTIs and other common illnesses. It's in your kit the moment you need it. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no lines at the pharmacy, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook and call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Order your medical emergency kit online in minutes and it ships to your door. Save $45 with my promo code SMALLS at urgentcarekit.com/smalls. Again, that's $45 off with promo code SMALLS at urgentcarekit.com/smalls. That's urgentcarekit.com/smalls, promo code SMALLS.
Prescription required. Always consult your doctor to determine if this product is right for you.
My friends, that's right. The NFL Draft is coming up on Thursday, April 23rd, and New York is on the clock. The Jets pick 2nd and 16th. Giants pick 5th. Rick DiPietro, Dave Rothenberg breaking it all down live. Join ESPN New York's Couchcast. It's your second screen for the NFL Draft. Real-time reactions, instant takes, everything New York fans care about. Watch along. React with us. Do not miss a single moment. ESPN New York's Couchcast on draft night, April 23rd at 8 p.m. It is presented by Calandra's Bakery. It's Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page, I need you to just one more time explain to me what happened. You tried on the pair of pants. You were at a store where Zach LaVine was yesterday.
So I was at a store meeting my salesman. He had an appointment before.
Your tailor?
No, we were at Hermes.
Okay. Oh, of course, we were at Hermes.
So I was waiting for him to come, and so he was like, I'll be down there in like 7 minutes, right? So I was going through, seeing what's new for the line or whatever. They had just dropped some new clothes. I'm going around. They have these like pants that are like ivory cream / yellow, but like they're like summer pants, but then they have like a string, like a belt that comes out and you tie it. It has like the high like French waist. Imagine when you see like the dude, like the Dos Equis man, like the most interesting man in the world.
Yeah.
And he has like on a white collar shirt and it's down 3 buttons and it's opened up and he's got his cuff folded back and he's sipping on like espresso and he's got his pinky out and he's like in Niche or Monaco sitting out. And you have and he has like either the velvet slides or he has on like the velvet like drivers and he's sitting there and his legs is crossed. That was the look that I was about to get into. Whole nother look, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to be like the Black Bond, you know what I'm saying? Not the Black Bond. I'm trying to be like Ben Rames in Mission Impossible, but can dress up when we got to go get the bad guy at the gambling free gambling house.
I get it. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And so he ruined it. We call it the light bread Mamba.
So, but you still. I need the details here.
When his person
You're
came,
looking
he's like,
at them. You put it down, and he came over and grabbed it.
No, I put it down. I put it down, and I went and sat down because they got a little booth that give you some champagne, whatever you want to sit down, right? And like he came in, I don't know if this was his girlfriend or shopper, or his stylist, and they was like, "Oh, these are nice." I say, "Mother, I know she ain't saying my pants are nice. You damn right they nice. I'm about to get them." I'm like, "Oh, don't worry." They just dropped this line today. They probably got another pair. Nope. Negatory, dog. Oh. Negatory.
Wow. You got pantsed, so to speak, by Zach LaVine.
I got hosed by the light man. Not the white man, the light man.
800-919-3776. There are a lot of people in the chat, as you would expect, that are annoyed with not just that poll that came out in The Athletic about 146 players that were asked about the team that will win the NBA championship, and you cannot say your own team, and not one player in this entire poll picked the Knicks. Now, we don't know how many Knicks players were actually asked. If you break it down and do the math, probably about 4 or 5. But still, not one.
The crazy part is, the net player was like, Minnesota. They would hate. That's kind of like on the Pro Bowl. Like, you vote. You get people that get votes that shouldn't even have no damn votes. Like the Atlanta Hawks, because they don't want to help anybody. They got so much hate in their heart. I mean, I think they would vote for like Lance Lowry. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't he a safety? Like, yeah. Put him in there. Put him in there for linebacker. And Lance like, man, you finished in 4th. Like, he don't even play linebacker. Hey, man, you finished 4th, man. You got respect out there. No, you don't. They just picked the dude that they knew couldn't win.
Here are some of the comments that are coming in. Robert Davis, D is a pure hater. Carlin just overrates every team's chances but the Knicks. 53 wins, top 6 defense and offense, but they can't be trusted. Shaking my head. Yeah, listen, I get all of your points there. I just don't feel like any of that matters with how the dynamic changed in the conference later in the year.
Well, here's to your defense. When's the last time the Knicks won a championship?
Yes, 1973.
So you getting on base. That's the hard part, man. It's been so long, man. Like, you want to talk about all these teams. Like, look at the teams that have come in and kind of came out of nowhere and kind of, like, did it, right? Like, Memphis had a little run. Phoenix had a little run, with Bridges. Portland, Dame Dollar had some moments. Golden State. Like, the only team they ain't really had no moments is our New York teams, man.
So, here's one that is just going to aggravate me, all right? Johnny Blaze, who's a good listener, contributes a lot to the show in the chat. Knicks are going to make these fools eat their words. Carlin.
What'd I say?
No, well, I mean, fools like me, he meant, not you. He also says, all they're doing is trying to get content off us Knicks fans and piss us off. Actually, no. My job is to not just engage you. Well, my job is to tell you what I actually think. And so this is what I actually think. This is not, there are plenty of people out there who will sit there and say whatever they have to say in order to try to get some clout out of it. I am not one of those guys, as evidenced by my lack of clout. I would just tell you
keeping it real.
All I'm looking at here are 2 teams that finished in front of the Knicks, and I think it completely changed the dynamic when we thought this was going to be, I wouldn't say a cakewalk, but certainly a much easier path back to the finals than it has turned out to be.
We thought it was going to be an easy, slow ramp up.
Yes.
Right? Before they had to get to either OKC
Great way to put it.
Or, now, man, there's so many potential teams that can knock them off. We don't think Atlanta is, but, man, outside, like you said, outside of Dirk, this might be one of the toughest runs. Dirk took Aldridge and Brandon Roy, took them down when they were in the height of their superpowers. People forget how good Brandon Roy was, speaking of injuries. Then that was before Dame Dollar. Then they took down Kobe and Paul Gasol was the second round, swept them.
Yep.
Then I think they took out who did they take out in the finals? I forget who they took out. They took out LeBron and Bosh and them in the finals. But they had somebody else that they sent home before that.
Double confirm it.
Was it the Spurs?
Because we did this the other day. They beat Oklahoma City.
Yeah, Oklahoma City. Kevin Durant,
Westbrook, and
Harden.
Yeah,
and nobody ever throws Serge Ibaka in there.
And Serge Ibaka. All right, there you go. Happy.
I mean, because they make it seem like Harden was coming off the bench.
And Serge Ibaka.
Harden was coming off the bench.
That's true.
You know what's crazy? I always say,
he
was 6 man. I always say this: if OKC would have had the vision that Golden State had, they would have been the first Golden State. Because remember, they thought that they needed a big man. So they let Harden walk away to Houston and signed Serge Ibaka. Could you imagine if they would have got Houston Harden with Kevin Durant, with Westbrook, triple-double machine, and they would have been the starters, and it would have been a smaller lineup instead of, like, staying with the traditional big man? They were 1 or 2 years too early before they realized what they had and that basketball was changing.
Well, they're going to make up for it now. They're in the process of making up for it now.
Yeah, they're circling the blocks as they're going to be in the lottery. Ain't that about them?
Bart Carlin, 800-919-3776. There are some calls coming in here that
that's on you.
I will have a lot to say about here.
That's on you, brother.
You did it.
You did it, Craig.
800-919-3776. Are you not also concerned by how it looks if it does go down the wrong way? We'll explain next on ESPN New York.
The Knicks.
It's great to be in this position, but it doesn't really mean anything because at the end of the day, when you get in the playoffs, you got to find a way to win 4 of those 7.
The Hawks.
Atlanta's a good team. They're a good team. Everybody's good, especially at this time of the year.
The NBA playoffs.
You are better than Atlanta. Period. Stop. You should go out and you should beat Atlanta. And it should not be one of these extended series either.
No, you should beat them in 5.
You should.
Game 1 coverage begins Saturday at 5 on 880, 1050, and the ESPN New York app.
It feels like everyone's sick right now. You aren't imagining it. Doctors say this is the worst cold and flu season in 25 years, and it's not over. I was just traveling. It was like everyone around me was coughing, sneezing, and sick. I can't afford to get sick, and I doubt you can either. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. Having a medical emergency kit is like having urgent care and pharmacy right in your home. It includes essential prescriptions like generic Z-Pak to help you get well faster, plus important antibiotics to treat pneumonia, strep throat, sinus and ear infections, nausea, even UTIs, and many more common and serious illnesses. It's your kit the moment you need it. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's genius. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. I can save you $45 when you use my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. Again, save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Hi, this is Chevy, managing partner at Precision Solar. If you're looking at solar in New York, New Jersey, or Connecticut, here's what actually matters. Real numbers, honest answers, and a team that handles everything. We manage the entire process from start to finish. Designs, approvals, installation, and even a brand new roof if you need one. We don't sell you more than your home actually needs. Just smart systems designed for long-term savings and predictable energy costs. Visit PrecisionSolar.com to schedule your free home assessment. Precision Solar, built to perform for decades.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets. So go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian delivers personalized spine care for every stage of your journey. From physical therapists to surgeons, our expert team works together to provide you with complete back and neck care, from diagnosis to treatment and recovery. With 15 locations across New York City and Westchester, get the expert spine care you need at Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine.
With Xfinity, you already enjoy ESPN as part of your TV lineup with live games, daily sports coverage, and expert analysis. And now, the ESPN Unlimited plan is available at no additional cost, giving you access to additional ESPN content in the ESPN app, including more must-see action like WWE premium live events, on-demand programming, and originals to explore. Visit Xfinity.com/your subscriptions to activate ESPN Unlimited access. Then start watching in the ESPN app. More from ESPN, all in one place.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Join DiPietro and Rothenberg Thursday, April 23rd for a special couch cast of round 1 of the NFL Draft, presented by Calandra's Bakery. The Jets and Giants have 3 picks in the top 16, and Rick and Dave will react live as the first round unfolds. From the big decisions to the big-time drama, catch it all in this YouTube-only exclusive, and it's all from Calandra's Bakery and your home for football talk, ESPN New York.
Peter Rosenberg is up on First Take as we speak, sitting next to Triple H. I don't know. Peter, we lost? He does have a little mini-me in him sitting right here next to Triple H. It's more of a mini-me when it's me, but I don't think he'd want to admit that. It's Bart Carlin on ESPN New York. With Xfinity, you already enjoy ESPN as part of your TV lineup with live games, daily sports coverage, and expert analysis. And now the ESPN Unlimited plan is available at no additional cost, giving you access to additional ESPN content on the ESPN app, including more must-see action like WWE Premium Live events, on-demand programming, and originals to explore like WrestleMania. Visit Xfinity.com your subscriptions to activate ESPN Unlimited access, then start watching in the ESPN app. More from ESPN, more in one place. I don't know if you're watching right now, but Peter is sitting next to Triple H. A little bit of a mini-me situation on First Take. A little bit.
Was it lowercase h?
Oh, that's a great point. That's great. That's Triple H and little PR. God.
Do you think Peter can hold a double whopper?
I think this is why you call him Junior Whopper Hands.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he can hold a Junior Whopper. I mean, a double whopper, man.
I think maybe he could.
Nah, hell no.
I mean, there was a time where it certainly looked like he could.
He's Kenny Pickett.
But he's lost some weight. How about this? I'll get back to the calls here in one sec, okay? I hung around yesterday because I had a call, and then I had my therapy via Zoom yesterday.
Yeah.
So I was kind of caught in between of going home or doing it there. So I did it at work. And we've got these little private capsules where I could go in there and, don't worry, you weren't a subject. Not that you would care anyway.
Sick of this.
But I went on the show in the afternoon with the guys for the first 20 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And I told them that, the biggest regret in my career was probably about 15, 16 years ago, where my agent at the time told me there was an opportunity to audition for the WWE as an announcer.
Yeah. You'd have been excellent, man.
And they trust me, they were not asking for me. It was just, hey, do you want to try to get in the mix here kind of thing. And the biggest regret of my career is I said, no, I don't want to do it. I want to be a serious broadcaster.
And now look at it.
And now I got Peter sitting next to Stephen A. and Triple H up on the set. I could have derailed that whole Rosenberg career. But Peter goes, well, you would have had to lose this weight a lot sooner.
That's not true. Paul Heyman's still holding it on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I paid the mortgage for 8 years at $285, my friend, on TV. 8 years. And I left on my own volition.
He don't know.
Did I miss it? Did I miss it in pizza model?
I think you missed it. Did
I miss that?
Ooh, shots fired. And he ain't got the husky eyes.
I mean, he ain't ugly, but,
He ain't got the husky eyes.
Listen, he ain't Clooney.
He got the minoxidil?
He ain't, what's his name, Glenn Powell here. Gosling.
You can't say who he ain't. You got to say who he is.
All right, I'll go with the bald part of it. He ain't Jason Statham.
He's skinny, what is he, Skinny Costanza?
I wouldn't go that far. 800-919-3776. Let's hit Gilberto up first on the truck, or in the truck next on ESPN New York. Gilberto!
Yo, shots fired. Peter just heard you. He's coming back at you with a text. He's going to spit some smoke at you. Carlin, man. Bart, I know where we all as Knicks fans know where Bart stands.
What you talking about? You heard what I said. You heard my words.
Let me finish because a lot of us feel that way from me reading what's being wrote on the chat. Okay? Colin, you've been straddling the fence all year, bro. 1 minute you with us when we have outstanding games. The next minute you're doubting us because of Charlotte and Orlando and all these other teams. My bro,
listen, no. Hang on a second here. Let's be fair. Hang on. Gilberto, I'm going to give you your chance. Don't worry.
Go ahead, baby.
I'm going to give you your chance. It wasn't Charlotte and Orlando. The Charlotte thing was more Bart because of how well Charlotte had played down the stretch of the season.
True.
My thing later in the year became about how badly they had played against Detroit and what was happening with what we saw from Boston coming back. That's all.
Right.
Okay.
Okay,
Get
now,
it straight.
if you saw towards the end of the year, they started a new offense where Cat was a lot more involved, okay, and they were bringing in the Twin Towers. And Robinson is going to have a bigger role in this series, I guarantee you that. But when we put OG, Robinson, and Cat, and we're not even going to have Cat, like down low. We're going to put Robinson. We're going to have Cat either mid-range or three-pointers. We're going to kill this squad, okay? This is over in 5 games, okay?
Hey, Gilberto.
In my opinion, I'm telling you, Bart, we're coming for Detroit basketball.
Gilberto, are you Gilberto?
We all pissed. We want the smoke.
Bing bong.
Your team. Everybody in front of us is going down.
But Gilberto, the smoke that's coming to you is coming from Boston. You better not be over. Are you there saying you're overlooking Boston to go to Detroit?
We're not worried, but let Boston worry about Philly. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
let Boston worry about Philly. Thanks for the call, Gilberto. We love you.
I guess it'd be another. The next thing, the funniest prop would be, why would Joel Embiid miss? Now, he's had appendectomy. He's had the frozen face thing. He's had knees. Like, what's the prop bet of that? Like acid reflux, gout. Like, what? Like, that should be like one of those things. What can you bet on? You know what I mean? His body reminds me when you play Operation and you try to get all the stuff out. Like, I'm not worried about Boston. I mean, I don't think Boston's worried about Philly because I know that they feel like they can be bigger than Philly because without Joel Embiid, remember it was a month before Joel Embiid even tried to dunk the basketball.
Yeah, it was a problem. And Embiid coming back now from the appendectomy, it's another concern for sure. What do you got on Samwell? You got a little something from our friends at Samwell there before I get back to the phones at 800.
Oh, absolutely. I got a lot for Sam. So you go with Samwell, you're going to get a double dose, man. Real talk for a second. If you're dealing with back pain, neck pain, sciatica, joint pain, and you've been trying to push through it, I've been there. That's why I can tell you all about my guy, Dr. J. Shaw, Samwell Pain. This is not a place for surgery. This is not a take a pill place. This isn't a call me later place. Dr. Shaw is a double board certified Ivy League trained, and he focuses on non-surgical image guided procedures that actually fix the problem, not masking it with pills. No downtime, no scars, no long recovery. They've got the same day or next day appointments available and waiting for you right now with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. It is an office near you. Check them out at SamwellPain.com. Stop dealing with pain and start doing something about it.
All right, let's hit it. 800-919-3776. David and Elizabeth next. ESPN New York. What's up, D?
Sneeze real quick. What's going on?
Oh, you put a Carlin. Hold on one second.
Nah. Wait, my boss pulled up on me. That's why I was like, hold on to he sneezed.
Oh, I got you. Okay. I got you, Shay.
So look, this is what I wanted to say real quick. As far as the draft, Bart, I think that the team finally listened to you, and it looks like they might go with Bailey because they don't want to project anymore. They want to actually pick the right thing. And last but not least, I just want to say this. I've been trying to tell you guys this all week, but I keep forgetting. Yo, I think New Jersey Transit, I think they're on drugs. And one of my buddies, he works for them. I'm going to question them later. Bro, y'all charging $100 to go to the soccer game? It's bad enough you guys charge $110 for parking.
Wow.
Like I think that's just wild. It's crazy, and that's not fair, man.
So we're going to get into this in a little bit.
That's crazy work.
We're definitely bringing this up.
They already canceled the free concert or the free
thing
at
that was
Liberty
going on
at
in Liberty
Liberty
State Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a concert, or was it like watch parties?
I believe it was a big, gigantic watch party.
But it's always a celebration. You know, it's going to be stuff there before and after.
We're going to get into all of that here shortly, because there should be some news on that later today. But I mean, what are we doing here? You talk about price gouging, and I don't know that it's, Tom, just briefly, I don't know that it's New Jersey Transit's fault completely, correct?
I think there's going to be a lot of blame pointed at a lot of people.
Okay.
So one side's blaming FIFA, and then there's other people going after New Jersey Transit.
Right. Well, we'll get into it. 800-919-3776. Next, though, Tim Bontemps. Knicks Hawks, we discuss in moments. Is it a disappointment? Have the expectations changed since the beginning of the year? We asked him next on ESPN Radio.
The New York City Department of Correction offers countless career opportunities, from specialized units to leadership roles that support public safety and change lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day one, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joinDOC or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Register today to take the test.
Life is motion, but for Jaime, debilitating pain in both hips brought everything, including family time, to a halt.
Every doctor told me the same thing. They would do one hip at a time.
At White Plains Hospital, Dr. Jacob Totka's unique expertise provided an alternate approach by replacing both of Jaime's hips on the same day.
In just 2 hours, I got 2 new hips, and I went home that day.
White Plains Hospital, among the best hospitals anywhere that just so happens to be here. A member of the Montefiore Health System.
Hey Yankees fans, gather a group of 10 or more and take advantage of our 2026 Yankees group ticket specials. Whether you're getting together with family and friends, organizing a fundraiser, or entertaining clients, your group will love bonding over the Bronx Bombers. Start planning your 2026 group outings today. Log on to Yankees.com/groups. Call 212-YANKEES or email us at groups@Yankees.com. That's 2026 group tickets. Call 212-YANKEES or visit Yankees.com/groups today.
NBA fans, listen up. You can enter FanDuel's Play-In Palooza for a chance to win a share of $2 million in bonus bets every day of the Play-In tournament. All you have to do is place a live bet using your Play-In Palooza token. Then you'll automatically be entered for a chance to win a share of $2 million in bonus bets. So don't just watch the NBA Play-In tournament from the sidelines. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get into the action. And don't forget to enter FanDuel Play-In Palooza. All you have to do is place a live bet using your Play-In Palooza token for a chance to win a share of $2 million in bonus bets. Play your game with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Limit 1 entry. Profit boost bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost token. Prizes issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2026 Mazda CX-5 2.5S all-wheel drive for $249 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN T0102819. MSRP $33,675. Zero security deposit. Ends 4/30/26.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Knicks Hawks round 1 begins tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, on the ESPN New York YouTube channel, where you should be watching the show. You can obviously contribute in the chat. You should do that as well. Tim Bontemps, senior NBA writer for ESPN. You hear him all the time with Brian Windhorst and Tim McMahon on the Hoop Collective podcast, which is just... If you want to get smarter about the NBA, it's the best way to do it. And these guys are fantastic each and every week, couple of times a week. Tim, it's Carlin, it's Bart. How you doing, man?
Doing great, fellas. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great with this getting ready to get started. Finally, we have reached the playoffs.
Real games, baby. Real games. Everybody's trying. How about that? Let's go.
I'll tell you, these play-in games have been excellent. I mean, LaMelo Ball, I think he's a marked man. I mean, you talk about the intensity. I mean, if the regular playoffs is as good as the play-ins, man, we're in for a treat.
It's been awesome, and the only soapbox thing I will say is that I have been banging the drum for 2 months now that the NBA needs to incentivize winning down the stretch of the regular season, and the best argument for that is those 4 games on Tuesday and Wednesday night, or even the worst game I was at, Sixers Magic game, was a super fun competitive game that went down to the final couple of minutes, right? And like all those games were intense and fun, and like imagine that when you have both teams fully going in the direction of trying to win with the current NBA product, it's pretty awesome. So hopefully whatever they do leans into that.
Yeah, it was almost a shock to the system to go from how bad it was for the last month to go to that the end of the night. Like, oh my God, holy cow, I forgot it can be really good.
It was awesome. It was really awesome. So yeah, hopefully they keep that in mind when they make the changes they're going to make.
All right. Well, as you can imagine, we're spending a lot of time on the Knicks here and in the big picture, but let's focus on this series to begin with. Is this a matchup that should concern the Knicks at all when you look at what the other possibilities were? They had obviously handled Toronto very well this year. How do you feel about this individual matchup against Atlanta?
I mean, look, it should certainly concern them more than Toronto, just because, I mean, look, I think Toronto's pretty good, and as a neutral, I was happy that it landed with the Knicks playing the Hawks and the Raptors playing the Cavs, because for whatever reason, the Knicks have just dominated the Raptors for a couple of years now, almost no matter what iteration of the Raptors showed up. So I don't think that would have been a very competitive series. I think Cavs Raptors has a chance to be pretty competitive, and I think this one does too. There are real structural advantages for the Knicks. They are the 3 seed for a reason. You know, the Hawks are very small inside, especially with Jock Landale, their backup center, out with a high ankle sprain after a pretty dirty play by Goga Bitadze from the Magic a couple weeks ago. So this is, to me, a series where if Karl Towns and Mitchell Robinson can dominate the paint, and if Towns in particular can play really well, because you know Mitch is going to come in and get his rebounds like he always does, it's going to be very difficult for Atlanta to win the series. And I think where things could get interesting is if Karl gets out of sorts or if Atlanta is able to limit him at all. If that's the case, then maybe this gets interesting. But that to me is the real pivot point of the series. If the Knicks can dominate the paint and Karl Towns and Mitchell Robinson are healthy and play well, I think the Knicks have a real big advantage because of the Hawks' lack of size inside.
I think we thought that, you know, OG would be the guy. Just when you look at Jalen Johnson at 6'8", you think about OG, his size, his defensive prowess, or you think about maybe Bridges if you want to put somebody a little smaller, but somebody that can stay in front of him. But it seemed like in the last matchup that Josh Hart was almost the Jalen Johnson stopper. Is that the most intriguing matchup? And how big is that matchup decides the winner of this series?
I mean, it is going to be interesting to see sort of how the Knicks decide to deploy their forces. The Hawks are a weird team. They're not that big. Dyson Daniels is like a 6'7", 6'8" guy who doesn't really shoot, so teams tend to guard him with a center. Then they've got all these big, long, rangy wings, right? They've got Nickeil Alexander-Walker's having a phenomenal year. I just am submitting my ballot right now. Jalen Johnson, I had second-team All-NBA. He had a great year, like you said. CJ McCollum has shown up and done a really nice job. But Onyeka Okongwu has gotten a lot better. He's a really good shooter. So they can attack you in a lot of different ways. And I think it's more just a matter of how the Knicks choose to defend them. Like, do they want to just put OG on Jalen and try to lock him up and give him a hard time? Do they want to, say put Josh Hart on him and have OG be more of a roamer and to try to help, break up some different plays and do different stuff? It'll be interesting to see what the Knicks decide to do there. But to me, the series is more going to come down to, like, the Hawks are going to struggle in the half court. So it's going to be, can the Hawks get out and run? Can the Hawks get easy baskets? And can the Knicks control the tempo in the paint and dominate inside? Like, more than individual matchups, I think it's going to be that. And the Knicks don't want to play fast. They don't want to run. They're not the most athletic team in terms of getting up and down. The Hawks want to fly up and down. They're not a good half-court team. So rather than a one-on-one matchup, I think the biggest challenge from a matchup standpoint to watch is which team can control the pace. Whichever one does is probably going to be the one that's in control of the series.
Tim Bontemps, senior NBA writer for ESPN, joining us right now on the Knicks Hawks series. What has been your take on the criticism of Cat this year from, I mean, inconsistency is a tough word to use, but, when you see those nights where he has single-digit shots, it feels like it's an appropriate word to use.
Well, the Knicks have been a pretty inconsistent team all season, really, right? Like, they have not necessarily lived up to the expectations that were placed upon them. And, it's kind of a funny season. And, Bart, you lived through this as a player too. Like, for a team like this where the expectations are to win a title or at minimum, I think at minimum to make the finals, right? If that's the expectation, you have to sort of slog through the regular season, and the Knicks felt like they were slogging through the regular season. And, this is a huge playoffs for all these guys, for Karl Towns, for Jalen Brunson, for the rest of the Knicks, for Mike Brown, obviously. And, again, to your point, Chris, Karl is a guy who has been inconsistent. He shouldn't be inconsistent in this series. He should wreck Atlanta inside. And if he can do that consistently in this series, the Knicks, it's hard for me to see, barring catastrophic injury, how the Knicks don't advance. So, the challenge I would say is for him to deliver and show up on a nightly basis. And if he does, we're probably talking about Knicks Celtics in a couple weeks, and we'll see what happens then.
To answer your question, Tim, I have been there. I went to 3 FC championships in a row. And what happens is that you're not even going to be judged until you get in the playoffs and what you do in the playoffs. So the regular season is irrelevant because nobody cares. It's expected. So when it's expected, you have nothing to push towards. But I want to talk about it seems like the Knicks discovered fire or the will, which is the most basic thing in the world, when they talk about this high pick and roll with Jalen Brunson. I know throughout the year we talked about Cat not really knowing his role and what the offense was around him. That's why he started crashing the boards as a byproduct. How effective is this pick and rolling? Could this really cause some problems, and why did it take so damn long if it does?
Well, why did it take so damn long is the story of a lot of things maybe with the Knicks. But look, this is part of what I was just talking about too, right? Like, the Knicks have just felt a little off all year, right? It just hasn't quite felt like it's clicking. And I do think one of the big things of the last couple of weeks was what you're talking about, Bart, that we finally saw the Jalen Brunson, Karl Towns combination really start to do some stuff. Like, the two highest scoring games those two guys had together of the season were last week against Atlanta and last week against Boston, right, in terms of running actions together and creating points out of it. Like, that is, I think, a good sign going into the playoffs. I do think it's a open question of, well, why weren't you doing more of that sooner? But, again, that's why this Knicks season has been so interesting. Like, they've been kind of funky and they haven't quite clicked. And, I think it's kind of a disappointing regular season despite winning 53 games. But if they make the finals, it doesn't matter, right? Season's a roaring success. If they somehow lose this series, if they lose to Boston, it's a pretty huge failure. So it all was always going to boil down to what happened over the next 6 weeks. And now we're here, and we'll see if the Knicks are ready for it or if the inconsistencies and the ups and downs of the regular season were more a symptom of boredom and trying to get to the playoffs or a symptom of underlying problems that'll come back to haunt them now.
Tim Bontemps with us, senior NBA writer for ESPN, and, of course, a big part of the Hoop Collective podcast with Brian Windhorst and Tim McMahon. Along those lines, I would argue a little bit more, and have been arguing, that the expectations, for me at least, have somewhat changed from where at the beginning of the year we thought this might be a little bit easier of an Eastern Conference to contend with versus what the Pistons have turned out to be, and how Jaylen Brown basically didn't let the Celtics tank, and now they ended up in the 2 seed. Is it fair to say that the expectations of what the Knicks should do this year have changed, either because of what you just talked about or because of everybody else with Boston and with Detroit?
Here's what I'll say about the Knicks' expectations. In January, James Dolan gave a radio interview and said the Knicks have to make the finals and should win. So if that is what the owner is saying, that's what the expectations are, right? Like, whether that's fair or not, or whether the Celtics have played well and the Pistons have played well, et cetera. Like, I think that is where you have to, if you're the Knicks or if you're a Knicks fan, look, you have to expect where this is going to go. And again, that's part of why this is such a fascinating season. Because I agree with you. Like, I don't think the Knicks are making the finals. I think the Knicks are probably going to lose to the Celtics in the second round if it goes the way I expect it to. I also thought that last year, and they beat the Celtics in the second round. So, but like, that doesn't change what the expectations are, and it doesn't change the fact that they fired Tom Thibodeau after last season to try to go farther. And that is what all of this is what makes this so interesting, because after months and months and months and months of waiting, the verdict is going to come in on this season over the next 4 to 6 weeks. And it's the expectations have been set, whether it's fair or not, and we will see where it lands.
Now, let's just say you are Nostradamus. What is the what's the fallout of that? Are we saying that maybe Cat and Bridges are playing for their Knicks career? Because we know that it's a geek freak out there somewhere that probably looking for a new home. And has Bridges played well enough to even be an asset that other teams would even want?
Well, I mean, look, I'm not going to really get too far down the rabbit hole of fake trades. All I will say is that the Knicks are pretty pot committed to this team. They don't have many trade assets. They don't have the guys that they do have to trade are on big contracts in the new CBA. That's very hard to move. Big contracts around. So is there a chance things could change? Sure, of course. They fired their coach after making the conference finals. I would say that there's certainly a possibility things will change. But I think I think we have to wait and see how all of this plays out and how it looks. And, if it's a 7-game series like the Raptors-Sixers series back in the day and somebody hits a shot at the buzzer of Game 7 and the Knicks lose, that probably feels one way. If the Knicks lose in 4 or 5 games, it probably feels another way, right? So I think we've waited all this time to see how this is going to go and what the verdict of the season is going to be. I'm just going to wait and see what we actually see on the court, and then we can react to where things will go depending on those results when we see them.
Fair enough.
Tim, we'll get more into the individual series and such down the line as the playoffs go along. But just last one for me, as you look at the East and the West, give me the team right now that's in the top 3. I won't even say a 4 or 5 because that's not even really a big upset. A top 3 team in either conference that should have the most concern about getting picked off before the conference finals.
I mean, I don't really think there's anybody in the East. I guess I would say the Knicks just by default if you're saying the top 3 because, I do think Atlanta's an interesting matchup and, it will be interesting to see what happens if, let's say the Knicks lose tomorrow, right? I think you guys all know what the tenor is going to be around here if the Knicks lose that game. So I think the Knicks are winning that series. I think it's probably going to be 6 games. I think I would lean maybe more likely to be 5 than 7, but I mean, I could even see it going 7, but I think the Knicks should win. Out West, the one that stands out to me is Denver, Minnesota. Denver was pretty clearly trying not to play Minnesota in the first round. They have not matched up very well with Minnesota in the past. We'll see how Anthony Edwards' knee is. He's had some knee issues over the last couple of weeks, but if he's healthy, they've got Rudy Gobert to throw in Jokic. They've got some big wings that could give Denver some problems, and Denver's had a lot of injury issues this year. So I think Minnesota's a really live team in that 3-6. So I think that's those 2 3-6 series are probably the ones where there's at least some intrigue. And I think if you're asking me to pick one potential upset in the first round, the only one I'm really strongly thinking about is Minnesota over Denver in the 3-6 out West.
How exciting is this Pistons and Charlotte Hornets going to be? Because it seems like the Charlotte Hornets are that team like Memphis was a couple years where they can be very annoying, but they can be very exciting. A couple weeks ago, LaMelo Ball has kind of done some questionable stuff. We know what he did to Bam Adebayo, but a couple weeks ago he grabbed Stu Beef's arm, yanked it, got the rebound, shot the 3, pointed at him, told him to shut the F up. And, Jalen Duren decided not to shake hands with them leaving the court. Is that the most exciting one? Is that the one where we potentially can see a scrap? Because last time, they got in the scrap before. Is this the most exciting first-round matchup?
Well, Bart, you have just written out the Orlando Magic out of the universe because they still play a home game tonight against Charlotte.
Orlando don't want no smoke.
However, well, listen. I was going to say, who's trying to write themselves out of the universe? The Orlando Magic, because I saw them on Wednesday. I saw them on Sunday in Boston when they lost to the C team. So, yes, it would be much better for the neutral viewers, which we both are, for the Pistons-Hornets series to happen. And, yes, I think that's got a chance to be an incredible series because Charlotte is a complete Looney Tunes team. They play wild games. They're a young, aggressive, super fast-paced playing team. We saw the entire LaMelo Ball experience in that game on Tuesday night. Horrific defensive plays. Obviously, the play should have been ejected with Bam. Also, incredible offensive excellence. Hits the game-winning shot after making 2 completely inexcusable decisions right before that, as he said, almost effed up the game for his team. It was the entire LaMelo thing. And the Hornets in the playoffs would be great. You mentioned the fight back in March. The Pistons really don't like Charlotte. Charlotte really doesn't like Detroit. That would be a lot of fun to watch. So certainly from a neutral perspective, it will be very fun if the Hornets win that game tonight. And I also would say from a neutral perspective, and frankly from our boss's perspective, it would probably be pretty fun if the Warriors can summon it one more time and beat Phoenix tonight too. But I am not sure they're going to be able to have the energy to come back 48 hours later after that game on Wednesday and get another win against the Suns.
Well, from a Knicks perspective, you hope that Charlotte thing gets nasty and really takes them to 7 so that they can kind of wear the Pistons down a little bit, on the road to, the Knicks get into the Eastern Conference Finals.
Bart, you got a lot to worry about before you maybe play Detroit in a month. Let's one step at a time, man.
No,
one step at a time.
They've already looking past Boston and saying they ready for the Detroit smoke.
See, he started the show all positive about the Knicks, Tim, and his true colors as a Pistons fan are coming through. It's amazing. Hey, listen, man, you're the best. We appreciate you popping on as always. I know it's a busy time. Thank you.
No, anytime, guys. Love it, and have a great weekend. And we'll talk again soon.
Tim Bontemps, ESPN senior NBA writer, the Hoop Collective podcast. I can't say enough about it with him, Wendy, and Tim McMahon. Just how much smarter about basketball you can get by listening to it. It is great stuff. It's Bart Carlin on ESPN New York. The Michael Kay Show Reverse Remote is coming up next week, April 23rd. It is presented by Floor & Decor. What's the Reverse Remote? Here's what it is. It's a full show takeover with everything you need to upgrade your home while we break down everything happening in New York sports. And if you're in Brooklyn, stop by Floor & Decor's flagship store at 850 3rd Avenue, because while we're on the air, there's plenty happening in store. The Michael Kay Show Reverse Remote, presented by Floor & Decor. Nick calls in moments, 800-919-3776. Am I a bad guy for this? A few minutes ago during the break, I sent Peter Rosenberg a text that said the following. I think I just saw you on First Take. That can't be. Are you lost? If so, send me a pin and I will send an Uber. Little mean? Is that a little mean?
Yeah, man, y'all getting into some smoke. Now, I want to know who's the heel here, him or you?
Oh, probably me. Probably me. He's always going to be the face. He can't be the heel. It can't be the heel. I'm sorry. But I just looked up on, and now I'm playing the role of Bart for a second. I just looked up, and of course, First Take is in Vegas today for WrestleMania, and Danhausen is on the set with Stephen A. Smith, which is just as bizarre as it gets. Danhausen next to Perk and Stephen A.
Ain't that a group?
Perk, could you see Perk sitting ringside at WrestleMania? I could.
I can see them trying to smack him up like he look like big. He can be Big Daddy Ritter, a.k.a. Junkyard Dog. You know what I'm saying? Because he big, he stand up, he's 6'9". He's gonna dwarf these modern. See, it ain't no big wrestlers like it used to be. Ain't no Big John Studs. Ain't no Andre the Giant. Anymore, really. Like yeah. All these guys.
Like Lesnar's probably the biggest wrestler there.
Yeah, and he's like 6'5". You know what I'm saying? Right. Like you don't got the Great Khalifa no more. The Gonzalez guy. Remember Gonzalez? He came out with the bear suit.
Oh my God!
He had the
Giant Gonzalez and with the fake
fur,
with the fake abs on his chest. I mean, oh my God!
The airbrush abs. Like you don't even have guys as big as Kane anymore, man.
Roman Reigns, how big is he comparatively speaking?
Man, Roman Reigns like 240.
Okay. I mean, I listen.
That's not even Lex
Luger. The Great Khali and Giant Gonzalez, like those guys couldn't wrestle.
But, hold up. Big Boss Man could wrestle.
Big Boss Man could wrestle.
Bam Bam Bigelow could wrestle.
Oh, Bam Bam Bigelow could absolutely wrestle.
You know
Bundy could wrestle.
They don't even have the Rick and Scott Steiners. You know what I'm saying? Like the dudes that were just great background wrestlers, and Steiner had more moves. The Steiner line, just to remember the Frankenstein. This dude,
Frankensteiner was a scary move.
Right, he would jump up and do the backflip, and let's not talk about the belly to backs.
Yes, the belly
like Big Papa Pump. He was Scott Steiner. Rick was always the one that was gonna get his ass kicked, and then how you gonna be the pit bull? You always the one your brother got to come save.
But I loved Rick back in the NWA days. Oh my God.
When they came out with the Michigan
were amazing.
Yes, you don't even have guys
with that wrestling headgear on.
Right, you don't even got Tugboat. You ain't got. What's my boy Hakeem? My boy. But remember, he was Tugboat, but he was also Hakeem. Remember, he came out like, "What's up, you Giant?"
No. Hakeem was also the one-man gang.
Yeah, the one-man gang. Yeah. Yes.
With the first he was a one-man gang, then he became Hakeem.
Right. Remember, you got Mabel. You don't even have like dudes big like Mabel, just fat.
But you see
the Great Muta. Not Great Muta.
Great Muta was the guy who sprayed the mist in your face.
Kamala.
Yep.
He just died, by the way, recently.
Kamala did?
R.I.P., yeah.
I didn't realize that. My social media is, and I don't watch as much now as I used to. And by used to,
because the Uso brothers, it ain't the same. Everybody got some type of trying to be more on the mic than they are like being able to entertain.
But I'm good with that too. Like I can appreciate what these guys are doing.
Yeah, but Bret Hart, Dean Malenko, Macho Man, no matter what you want to say, was one of the most entertaining match. Like his match was always entertaining.
Well,
him and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Those.
If you go back, like I said, I'm on a lot of the what do you call it? Like social media. Like that's my algorithm.
Yeah, the wrestling
for whatever reason.
The throwback matches.
And the detail with which Steamboat and those guys talk about how Macho Man wrote out that entire match.
Yes.
And how that was going to go is ridiculous.
His way he prayed with the crowd, I think one of the wrestlers back in the day that didn't get enough credit and probably deserved the chance to be like a leading man and not just the Intercontinental Champion all the time was Mr. Perfect, man. Kurt Hennig was amazing, man.
He talk was about a tactician.
Oh, man. And then when he used to do the off screen stuff, when I'm shooting the basketball half court, all that stuff, like Mr. Perfect, man. Like, he should have been, he in my opinion, he should have been just as big as the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. He deserved to have, like, a run because the perfect plex, he got everybody the perfect plex. Big dudes, little dudes.
Yep.
The kick, you know what I mean? The drop kick, everything was perfect about him, man. Like, meanwhile, they give it to Lex Luthor.
The way he would sell, too.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Spit the gum out, smack the gum.
Those little,
I still do that because I am Mr. Perfect.
Those little vignettes where they were selling him at the beginning with the genius Lanny Poffo as his manager. I remember they did one with him playing ping pong, and the camera is his opponent, and he hits a serve, and it just blows past the camera, and it cuts to Lanny Poffo, and he says, "Perfect one, you nothing."
And we don't have the managers like we used to have, man.
No.
Mr. Fuji, Captain Lou Albano, Bobby the Brain Heenan, Jimmy Hart. You know what I'm saying? We don't have those guys. Paulie Dangerously.
Oh, absolutely. Well, yeah, Heyman's still around, but it's Paulie Dangerously.
That's what he was?
Yeah.
He's a fat Paulie Dangerously?
Is Heyman, yeah.
What?
Yeah. Go back and look.
He was bald back then, too.
He had the big rat tail in the back, and he was much thinner, but the Paulie Dangerously is Heyman.
Same dude. Wow.
Same dude. Yeah.
Paul, what's the dead guy?
Paul Bearer.
Oh, Paul Bearer. Come on,
AKA
man.
Percy Pringle.
Come on, man. Freddie Blassie.
We'll get to. I mean, listen, we'll talk more about it, but that you can go down the road on that.
All-Star Billy Graham. I'm the man with the plan coming in my hand. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
The Knicks.
It's great to be in this position, but it doesn't really mean anything because at the end of the day, when you get in the playoffs, you got to find a way to win 4 of those 7.
The Hawks.
Atlanta's a good team. They're a good team. Everybody's good, especially at this time of the year.
The NBA playoffs.
You are better than Atlanta. Period. Stop. You should go out and you should beat Atlanta. And it should not be one of these extended series either. No, you should beat them in 5. You should.
Game 1 coverage begins Saturday at 5 on 880, 1050, and the ESPN New York app.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problems gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877
get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS4KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Gold and silver prices are soaring and near all-time highs. If you want to get cash in your hands for your old jewelry, now is the time. Get the most competitive prices at The Estates Roadshow. Old rings, chains, and even broken jewelry. Don't wait. Cash in while gold and silver are hot. 4 locations this week: Paramus, Staten Island, Old Bridge, and Toms River. Bring your gold, silver, coins, diamonds, and watches. Even broken pieces, and get cash on the spot. There's never been a better time to sell. No appointments, no fees, no pressure. Just friendly, professional buyers with over 35 years in the business. Go to The Estates Roadshow Monday through Friday in Paramus at the Courtyard by Marriott, Staten Island at the Hilton Garden Inn, and Friday through Tuesday in Old Bridge at TMT Cash for Gold. The bright yellow building on Route 9 South in Toms River, corner of Route 37 and Hooper Avenue. For more info, follow Estates Roadshow on Facebook or go to tmtcashforgold.com.
D'Agostino Law Bite Back. This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates. Did you know Social Security takes money out of every paycheck you earn, paycheck after paycheck, and you're not supposed to touch that money until you're 67? What if you can't work? What if you need that money now? The system is challenging and most people get denied. That's a fact. D'Agostino & Associates has the experience to win, and we win a lot. If you filed for Social Security disability benefits and were denied, let us appeal. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. Bite back means fight back. 1-800-248-3222. We'll fight to get you paid. D'Agostino & Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and handles Social Security disability claims and appeals. Remember, if you've been denied, call us first. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino & Associates. We win a lot.
Adam Schefter here. Did you know the average employer sorts through about 250 resumes for one job opening? Well, if you're hiring, here's good news. You can now review resumes and applications faster thanks to ZipRecruiter. With ZipRecruiter's new feature, qualified candidates who are very interested in your job show up at the top of your list. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site based on G2. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
Evan Cohen here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, over on the ESPN New York chat. I'll tell you, I'm learning some things over there as well. One thing in particular that I did not know about the, about one wrestler in particular I'm going to get to in a second. Because you just said you didn't know that about Heyman being Paulie dangerously. I got another one for you in a minute. This one blew my mind. I didn't know. I should have known, but I didn't know. Game time, though, brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. 2:20, Mets travel to Chicago to face the Cubs. Coverage begins 8:80 ESPN, starting at 1:40. And tonight at 7, Yankees host the Royals. Tullamore Dew is the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab Tullamore Dew or try a new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Did you know that Smash from Demolition was the Repo Man?
No.
But now that I think about it, yeah, I see it.
Now, I did know the dude from there was Crush, who came back being a surfer.
Right, and then he came back as a different version of Crush.
Right.
Right, like wearing like an orange jumpsuit.
You know,
it
used to be the belief that the Ultimate Warrior was the Texas Tornado when he came back and he was different, but he just couldn't take as much steroids.
Yeah.
Right, but he couldn't take steroids, so he was smaller. Remember? no, for real. Remember the second iteration? He came out. He had the airbrush like trench coat and all that stuff. He wasn't like the old Warrior.
Yep. And he had that massive stupid coat on. And I tell you what, you find out how much he got into his own arrogance.
Yeah,
my God.
I mean, because Hulk Hogan put him over.
Yeah,
he put him over. WrestleMania let him beat him.
But then,
within
the next year,
he wanted more money.
They took the belt away and gave it to Slaughter.
Well, he couldn't carry it because
he couldn't carry it. Yeah.
He couldn't really handle a promo, and like his moves was limited. It was a gorilla press. It was like clothesline.
He wasn't a great wrestler.
Yeah, I would put him in the same vein as like Goldberg wasn't a good wrestler. Right, it's like guys that they try to put over. Lex Luger was okay wrestler. You know what I'm saying? Like they put Lex Luger over because his body was so amazing. You know what I mean? If you want to go with best physiques, I guess he would be right there. Big Papa Puff when he came back, but he had the deformed chest. But you know, the double bicep was dope. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, those
of course,
guys,
Tony Atlas,
Luger and those guys were at the height of the steroid stuff.
Yeah, Tony Atlas and Rocky Maivia, his dad.
Yep, Rocky Johnson.
Yeah, beautiful bodies, man. You know what I'm saying?
All right, let's hit it. Little sideline to sideline with Tom Bauer.
It's going to happen.
This is Sideline to Sideline. Go. With Bart and Carlin.
All righty, Tom. Let's go.
All right, so, gentlemen, we're going to start out with some Giants and the latest on Dexter Lawrence. After Jordan Reid graciously joined our program yesterday shirtless, just a few moments after that, Paul Schwartz of the New York Post also reported something that Jordan speculated yesterday, and Schwartz said Dexter Lawrence's time with the Giants is over. That's what he feels like in his article. So maybe some reshaping of the line if nothing new can happen with Dexter Lawrence here between now and draft day.
So, Bart, here's my theory on this, okay? That Paul Schwartz yesterday in the Post had an article from the Giants before this that was basically saying the Giants were not receiving a ton of calls on Dexter Lawrence. I wonder if that was the Giants wanting to try to get that out there to show Dexter, hey, your best option may be to be here and not to go somewhere else.
Stay with us, ball out. And
right, because we ain't getting a ton of calls on you.
Yeah.
And so my theory is Dexter and his agent probably looked at that and got ticked off. Like, don't try to embarrass us, too, and now we're done. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's, you talk about
is
the
that fair
gamesmanship.
theory?
Yeah, absolutely. See, but that's why the relationships with your local reporters are important, because you need people to be able to kind of push some of the narratives and the messages that you need. That's why you have to work those relationships. You know what I mean?
But see here, like Paul's not pushing a narrative for anybody because he's also getting it from both sides.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He could be he's used as a tool, and that's the crazy part. That's the relationship that you have to have, right? You have to have that relationship. Hey man, what's going on? Yeah, it might not be too bad if you say this. You know what I mean? This is where it is. And then you tell, man, let me tell you something. The fact that the Jets aren't canceled the trip with Bailey, you don't think that was strategic?
All right, so let's talk about that.
All this stuff around like the draft and reports and all that stuff, man, that's all strategic. Sometimes you just leak stuff, or sometimes you tell somebody that you know is a leaker, you know what I mean, even within the organization. You tell them something because you know they're going to get it out there and act like they don't know where it came from.
Mike Pettin?
Well, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. But you know what I'm saying? That's like the game. There's so much gamesmanship going on right now.
All right, well, Tom was going to mention this about Bailey. I don't think that's any big deal at all. I don't think that means anything about whether or not the Jets are going to draft him. You want to say it's a smokescreen? Okay. But what I would say about it is that a lot of times these visits that teams have with players is because they still have questions about the player. But when a lot of times you'll get guys who don't visit, and it's because the team knows everything they need to know. And I think at this point that might be the case with Bailey.
Yeah, because that's what happens. Sometimes they be like, man, listen, like we don't know what, like, hey, you drafted me. You didn't talk to me the whole time. Like, why we didn't need to.
Yeah, we knew what you were.
Hey,
yeah, and we knew we wanted you.
Yeah, we don't need nobody stealing nothing.
Yeah. Next.
Well, while you mentioned David Bailey, I'll get back to the Giants in a second here. I just saw this on Twitter, and I was kind of amused by it. Rich Cimini. He asked Jets fans yesterday who the team should pick at number 2. There were 999 votes on the poll, and here are the results. The options, David Bailey, Jeremiah Love, Arvell Reese, and Sonny Styles. Overwhelmingly, at 70.1% of the vote, fans said they should pick Arvell Reese. David Bailey coming in second in that poll, 17.7%. Then Jeremiah Love and Sonny Styles in third and fourth place, respectively.
They don't know what the hell they're talking about. They going on. Listen. He didn't even have the best workout. He's probably the third best defensive player on their team. Caleb Downs, Sonny Styles, because of what he brings to you, allowing your linebackers to play fast because he's going to call the plays, he's going to make the adjustments. That's all skill sets. And, Sonny Styles, like I asked Jace the other day, why aren't we talking about Sonny Styles about being able to go up and rush off the edge? He's bigger than Reese, stronger than Reese, faster than Reese, more explosive than Reese with the ridiculous vertical. Why aren't we asking these questions about Sonny Styles?
You want a Sonny Styles quote?
Yeah.
I'll give you a couple Sonny Styles quotes, all right? First one I'll give you. Sonny Styles. More freakishly athletic guy. I've never seen a guy that big move that fast. He's a giant.
Say what he is, but he's taller and he's but the same height as Reese and slightly bigger than Reese.
Yep.
So what are we talking
about?
about?
Here's the other thing. This was an offensive coach who had to prepare for Styles last year. I talked to you yesterday, okay?
Mm-hmm.
He looks like an edge rusher, but moves like a defensive back.
Because he plays safety. That's the crazy part. Wouldn't you want to have that skill set?
Yep. And
that's the crazy part. And he can handle the mental game because it takes a lot to be able to call the plays, especially in college, Ohio State, where you got pencil popper, sitting there with the pro style game, Patricia with the pro type of defense. So he can make all the adjustments and the cuts, and he can handle the mental aspect. What happens with young players is they don't know what they're doing. They can't handle the mental aspect, so they move slowly. So you're like, why this guy ain't running as fast? Why ain't it as explosive? Because he's thinking too much. I don't think you have to worry about that with Sonny Styles. That's why he's a legitimate pick for me when you think about the New York Football Giants.
Next.
All right, back to the New York Football Giants. I found this one on the Fourth and South podcast I got to give attribution to here. They had Zay Flowers on. That's the Jarvis Landry and Leonard Fournette vehicle, by the way, Fourth and South.
New uniforms yesterday revealed by the Ravens.
I saw that.
Crazy work.
They look good.
Yeah, good for them. Zay Flowers, he liked to complain about John Harbaugh a little bit in his interview with the guys, and he specifically mentioned their practices in Baltimore. Here's the quote from Zay Flowers. Full pads all the time.
Yep.
However many practices and pads you can get, every single one. We're doing one-on-ones week 17. Low-key, that's why we had a lot of injuries, because of how we practiced.
So, just so you know, Harbaugh comes from the Andy Reid School of Training. I can remember his first year there with the Ravens. We had a revolt. We stood up, and he was like, okay, so we're sitting in there, and we like, bro, we going to say something to this dude. This dude tripping. He trying to kill us out here, right? So we go up, and, everybody waiting for Ray to say something because Ray been sitting on the front porch bitching all day with everybody around. And, we used to stay at Westminster, so we had, a rocking chair where guys would hold court in between practices. And you're going to say something. So we look up. So Harbaugh's like, hey, we got anything left else? And everybody look around, wait for Ray to go up. Ray snuck out to the bathroom. We like, this mother.
Oh.
Right. We like, this mother. Right? So, Troy Smith look up, and Troy Smith has never been afraid to say nothing. Now, he's supposed to be the starting quarterback because Flacco's got drafted, but he's supposed to be the starting quarterback. So he stood up. He said, Coach, we tired, man. Bro, we need a break. And, he said, so here's Harbaugh. You just couldn't wait, could you? You just couldn't wait. He said, Rex, what were we going to do tomorrow? I was going to give you a day off. He's like, you just couldn't wait. And then Aaron Reed's like, he saw the young dude out there by himself. He's like, look, man, Coach, we grown-ass men, dog. Like, now, we know when we need, blah, blah, blah. So he's like, so he storms out, right? And, like Ed Reed. Yeah, hardball, like, because he gets into it, Ed Reed, to the whole team. Like, bro, you been tripping, dog. He said, give me your legs, and I'll give him back. We're like, bro, you don't know me like that. How you can't take my legs and give them back? Like, bro, you out here working us like the damn Junction Boys. You know what I'm saying? So, and listen, because they used to call Brian Billick's camp Cream Puff.
Right.
Right? So, like, he come in Junction Boys, so he almost had a revolt, and so we get in there, right? And this, I swear to God, this is Rex introducing plays. Now, Rex is one of the most, like, vibrant, live guys. Like, we just had a baby mutiny. We all pissed off. We break up to offense, defense. This is Rex introducing defense. He had the board with the clicker. Reduce 63 power. We like, man, get your ass, because he used to coach with Harbaugh. We like, man, get your ass out of here with this weak stuff. Now all of a sudden you low energy. So then Ray stands up, right? The dude that ducked out of the bathroom, the dude that started the whole jump. He gonna say, if I gotta stand up here and hear my freaking defensive coordinator do this, we're gonna do it. I say, man, if you've been the biggest one out here bitching about this, and you gonna sit up there and run like a little punk. This dude stayed in the bathroom. He never came back. This dude was in the bathroom for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I say, man, come on, dog. Come on, man.
That's amazing.
So when Zay's talking about that, if he's still pulling that off, he started his career with the Ravens with a baby mutiny in training camp. He's about to get the paws put on him.
Set the fire and then run.
Yeah, bro. We like, yo, we're Ray. We all turned around and looked for him. Like, where he go? He's like, anything else? Because like right before the
for me, I respect Ray for doing it.
Bro, you Ray Lewis at this point, bro.
Yeah.
You defensive MVP, Super Bowl MVP. This ain't young Ray. I'm there. At this point, Ray's in year 7. He's the highest paid linebacker, and he sold us out, bro.
That's amazing.
And then act like he had no idea what we was talking about. He's like, what happened? Like, man, hold up, bro. You went to the bathroom, didn't come out and notice wasn't nobody in the damn room?
Wow. That's
he was sitting in the defensive room. I say, this dude, man. That's why big up to Ed Reed, bro. Ed Reed stood up and he protected Troy Smith. Because Troy Smith just stood up because we have been talking about it. Like, bro, dude's about to walk off. Like, man, I ain't whatever. I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, this dude's set tripping. I ain't practicing tomorrow.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. Just like the New Jersey Devils protect their home ice, Viking Pest Control protects your home. And I know because I use Viking at my own place. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the New Jersey Devils, Viking brings 45 years of trusted experience and expert service to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, and even mosquitoes out of your zone. Their local team builds a personalized game plan that actually works. And when you bundle pest control and mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Protecting your home inside and out.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good.
Long Island is more exciting than ever at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. This month, we're cracking open spring with our $55,000 Explosion drawing. Earn entries all month long, then be here Thursday, April 30th from 4 to 6 p.m. when 2 winners will be drawn every hour to win cash prizes ranging from $2,500 to $10,000. At 7 p.m., 1 winner will be drawn to hatch the grand prize of $20,000 at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
It feels like everyone's sick right now. You aren't imagining it. Doctors say this is the worst cold and flu season in 25 years, and it's not over. I was just traveling. It was like everyone around me was coughing, sneezing, and sick. I can't afford to get sick, and I doubt you can either. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. Having a medical emergency kit is like having urgent care and pharmacy right in your home. It includes essential prescriptions like generic Z-Pak to help you get well faster, plus important antibiotics to treat pneumonia, strep throat, sinus and ear infections, nausea, even UTIs, and many more common and serious illnesses. It's your kit the moment you need it. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's genius. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. I can save you $45 when you use my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. Again, save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Chris Carlin with you. Glad to be joined right now by Taylor Canfield. He is the U.S. Sail GP team driver. And we are all getting ready for the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix coming up at the end of May. Taylor, how we doing?
Yeah, we're excited for the home event in New York. And, I can't wait to be there and racing in front of all the fans.
Tell us why fans should be excited for the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix.
The racing is just so exhilarating coming in and watching it from the shoreline of Governor's Island and in front of the Statue of Liberty, racing in one of the biggest, most amazing cities in the world. I'm getting the goosebumps just talking about it. And these boats are the fastest boats in the world, racing with the best sailors in the world. It's really cool, and it's going to be so electric in New York. And it's our home event this year, so we're pumped.
We are pumped as well, Taylor. We appreciate your time. He is U.S. Sail GP team driver Taylor Canfield. We're looking forward to the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix coming at the end of May. Taylor, thanks.
My name is Christine, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, was a healthy 34-year-old, and 3 months later, he was gone. Thankfully, he had life insurance. Ethos made it so easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. 100% online, no medical exam. Life insurance didn't take away the loss, but it did give us the space to just grieve.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. Ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Smalls here. What if you could enjoy the flavor of a cocktail without the alcohol? Meet RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category that delivers bold taste and a warming sensation, but with zero alcohol, zero sugar, zero carbs, and zero calories. So you can celebrate with friends, unwind after a long day, and wake up tomorrow feeling great. It's all the ritual of a drink without the regret. Discover RK at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, the spirit without the alcohol.
NBA fans don't just watch the game, they live it. So stream like you're courtside with NBA League Pass, your ticket to all the action. Watch your favorite team shine and catch the league's brightest stars and rising stars at the same time with multi-view on your favorite devices. From the plays you can't believe to the most live games and the drama that comes with it. If it happens on the court, it's happening on NBA League Pass.
Only select out-of-market games available. Blackout restrictions apply. Additional charges and other conditions may apply. Visit NBA.com/subscriber agreement for full terms and conditions.
All right, my friends, ESPN New York and Floor and Decor are giving you the chance to design your day with Michael K. One lucky fan and a guest will win a studio visit exclusive meet and greet with Michael K. This is your all-access pass and experience you will not forget. To enter, head to the Floor and Decor flagship store at 850 3rd Avenue in Brooklyn. Design your day with Michael K., presented by Floor and Decor. It's Bart Carlin on ESPN New York, on the ESPN New York YouTube channel, where we've got a lot of comments checking in. I mean, I sent off the chat into an entire 80s, 90s, 2000s wrestler theme song rabbit hole.
Oh, man.
And apparently there was like a couple of the same people that Derringer apparently wrote a lot of their the different theme
intros,
songs, including Demolition.
Demolition was cool, but man, like nothing hit harder. I mean, the Ultimate Warrior thing used to hit ton because you never knew when it was coming. But man, whoa!
Yep, Legion of Doom.
Oh man,
the fact that they couldn't be called the Road Warriors always bothered me.
Yeah, that was stupid.
They should have. It was a WCW thing at the time, I think. But
and Hogan though too.
Warriors.
Hogan,
Let's
you
call
got
them what they are.
Say what you want though, man. Hogan with the "I am a real American," man, that had kids crying, man. That was almost I am like at one point, Hulk Hogan was probably top 5 most popular people in America as far as sports entertainment. Now, he was right there with the biggest boxer, the biggest wrestler. I mean, you talking about I ain't talking about Paradise, Tropical Paradise, or whatever the hell that stuff was he was doing. But,
Tropic Paradise?
Yeah, Tropic Thunder.
Oh, my God, you're pulling that out of nowhere.
Yeah, with Brutus the Barber, Beefcake, and Jimmy Hart. Like come on.
Thunder in Paradise,
Yeah,
sorry.
Thunder in Paradise. The fact that thing ran as long as it did, bro. That thing got multiple seasons.
Did that run more than a season?
And he's walking around in those damn tights, bro.
Yeah.
Like what are we doing with the fanny pack in the front? We saying that was ever cool. Knowing he got nothing but pills.
I have to know how many episodes of what was it called? Thunder in Paradise.
Thunder in Paradise. And the thing is, it was a whole hour show, bro. It wasn't even like half an hour. It was
basically he was trying to make it his own Baywatch.
Yes, it basically was Baywatch.
Yeah.
And he was David Hasselhoff with the longest torso stomach. Like, how you have abs in your stomach come out, man? The steroids are starting to mess up your organs and push your stomach out.
Okay, if I had to ask you, if you had to guess, how many episodes did they make of Thunder in Paradise?
Well, I don't know how many episodes are in a year, but I would say they went like 4 seasons, 3.5 before they got canceled.
1 year.
1 year?
1994.
1 year? Get out of here,
It started
man.
with a pilot movie, a direct-to-video feature film, and they did 22 episodes, and that's it.
Wow.
And it was by the creators of Baywatch.
What about the creators of No
Holds Barred? I was at the SummerSlam where he and Beefcake took on Savage and Zeus. Yep.
Zeus had no speaking lines. Like, bro.
No. All he could do was slam himself against the chest with his right arm.
The fact that I wonder, was that a real unibrow? Because I'll never remember him ever.
That had to be drawn on, right?
Yeah, because I'll never remember him having that. He looked like a brown-skinned Anthony Davis. Think I'm playing. Pull up Anthony Davis when he had the. Well, he still got the unibrow. Pull it up.
Our guy next, Eitan Tomlinson. Only Charlie Murphy told better stories than Bart Scott. Up next, NFL draft analyst. It's Jordan Reid. Jets, Giants. He's got it all broken down on the way in moments. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
Hey, New York and New Jersey. Commitment issues? No problem. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month forever, as in for life. Switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, you may experience slower speeds. Pay $25 a month as long as you stay on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
The New York City Department of Correction offers countless career opportunities, from specialized units to leadership roles that support public safety and change lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day one, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joinDOC or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Register today to take the test.
Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Gold and silver prices are soaring and near all-time highs. If you want to get cash in your hands for your old jewelry, now is the time. Get the most competitive prices at the Estates Roadshow. Old rings, chains, and even broken jewelry. Don't wait. Cash in while gold and silver are hot. 4 locations this week: Paramus, Staten Island, Old Bridge, and Toms River. Bring your gold, silver, coins, diamonds, and watches, even broken pieces, and get cash on the spot. There's never been a better time to sell. No appointments, no fees, no pressure. Just friendly, professional buyers with over 35 years in the business. Go to the Estates Roadshow Monday through Friday in Paramus at the Courtyard by Marriott, Staten Island at the Hilton Garden Inn, and Friday through Tuesday in Old Bridge at TMT Cash for Gold, the bright yellow building on Route 9 South in Toms River, corner of Route 37 and Hooper Avenue. For more info, follow Estates Roadshow on Facebook or go to tmtcashforgold.com.
ESPN New York, now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Harry Douglas here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in. Harry Douglas here to tell you about Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes just like the best birthday cake ever. Vanilla, buttery, frosting vibes. It's basically a party in a bottle. Confetti Craze makes it easy to turn any day into a party with its delicious birthday cake flavor and big birthday energy. And here's the best part. All cake, no sugar. I bring these tiny bottles everywhere to cakeify my day with tasty caffeine boosts. The Funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
That's right. It is Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. It has been a jam-packed show today with the Knicks playoffs, with all of the NFL draft stuff we've been getting into, and we will get into more of it and a full breakdown in just moments. It is Bart Carlin, as we said, but first of all, it is noon, and what does that mean?
It's the power hour. It's the power hour, baby, and it's the Knicks and the Hawks. No more Ice Tray, not there no more. We still owe y'all punks for what y'all did to Julius Randle in the spinner Rooney, always still in this spin.
We'll get back to the Knicks in a bit. We got Jordan Reid, of course, the great ESPN NFL draft analyst who will be with us, part of ESPN's wall-to-wall coverage of the NFL draft on ESPN Radio. Looking forward to that, all 3 days worth. He has got it completely broken down. The man does a 7-round mock draft. He's got the top 500 prospects rankings. That is out there right now on ESPN.com. We'll tweet that out. Jordan, it's Chris and Bart. What's going on?
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me.
You got a chocolate drop. I don't know why ESPN holding you down like some top-notch secret, man. They need to release you, man. You a damn star, man. You've been doing this thing for like 3-4 years at the highest of levels, man. It's time for them to promote you, dog.
Hey, man, I'm just maximizing my role. I love doing radio with Carlin and the guys, and I enjoy it every single year. When my opportunity comes, I'll be ready. You know that.
Well, and the fact that you are ready is exactly why we want to talk to you, because there are so many fascinating aspects of this draft. And I just want to start here, Jordan. Who is the best player in this draft, your number one prospect in the draft?
Well, for me, Carlin, it's Jeremiah Love, the running back from Notre Dame. And you know how I stack my big board is I don't really put positional value into perspective. I'm just stacking players who I think can be Pro Bowlers early on. So my top 2 players are Jeremiah Love and Caleb Downs. And I'll just stick with Love here. I just see a very dynamic running back. And the name of the game in this year in NFL now is what can you do as far as what the versatility that you can do. And I think he brings a Jahmyr Gibbs-like fear factor to defenses just because he's not just a rushing weapon. You can literally line him up in the slot or the outside. Notre Dame did this plenty of games. Go and look at the Arkansas tape They did it a bunch in that game, and you can use him as a wide receiver. So similar to Jahmyr Gibbs, you can use him in so many different areas. And then also the name of the game for offenses is creating explosive plays. He's going to be able to do that from day one. He's one of the very few running backs that can cut at full speed. It's very rare you see running backs that are able to just make those dynamic cuts inside or outside the tackles and still run full speed after that. And, those are the types of things that are on his tape. So the player that I compare him to, and I think he's a higher-end example of this, is James Cook. I think he brings that type of dynamic ability, and I think he's going to go on to be a better pro than James Cook, but just trying to picture or give you a picture or paint a picture of the player that he envisions.
Now, tell me this, because if we're saying that's high praise, Jahmyr Gibbs, I'm assuming that you would put him right there with Bijan Robinson. He has home run speed. It's no way possible that he gets past 5 then, right? Because you talk about two premier players, Downs, Love. How they possibly can't get past the Giants with what Harbaugh has had in his future, whether you talk about the Willis McGahees, you talk about the Ray Rices, you talk about the King Henrys. You're saying he's right there with them. So where do you see him falling at his worst?
I don't think he gets past Washington at 7. Honestly, I think that's his absolute floor as far as how far he's going to go down the draft board, just because GM Adam Peters was in San Francisco. He saw what Christian McCaffrey was able to do with that offense. And Christian, he was a top 10 pick when he was with the Panthers. But with Jeremiah, I think he brings such a dynamic skill set to the table. I look at the Titans at 4. It'll be interesting to see how much say Robert Saleh has in that draft room, just because his demise with the Jets was he didn't have enough offensive firepower. So does he take that running back, or does he take one of these rushers, whether it's David Bailey, Arvell Reese, whoever's there on the board? Or does he give a young quarterback that they just invested the number 1 overall pick with in Cam Ward some help on offense? So I think Tennessee is really interesting to watch. And then I think the Giants are really interesting as well. It'll be interesting to see if they allow just being good enough at the position take them away from taking a great player like a Jeremiah Love. And what I mean by that is they already have Tyrone Tracy and Cam Scatterboo, who are good players, but clearly Jeremiah Love will be an upgrade over both of those players. So do you deter a great prospect take you from upgrading away from some of the good players that you have? So that 4 to 7 range, I think that's where he ends up going.
Jordan Reid, ESPN NFL draft analyst, joining us right now. Okay, so you've got the 3 Ohio State players in Downs, Styles, and Arvell Reese. Obviously, we have a lot of interest here in New York with the Jets and the Giants on those 3 guys. Break down those 3 players and where they could fit with each team.
Yeah, I mean, Sonny Styles, he's my 3rd-ranked overall player. You guys know I travel. During the fall, I travel and see all these guys in person, and the best way that I can really describe how he looks in person is that he's built like an action figure, man. He's every bit of 6'5", 245 pounds. He's super smart. He's a former safety. Everybody praises his leadership ability. He mastered Matt Patricia's defense, which, in my opinion, is one of the most complex in any level of college football. And he was the green dot wearer in that defense. So that just goes to show you his football character, his awareness. He doesn't miss tackles. He still has some strides to make in coverage, but I think that's the thing that seeing it from the 2nd level now as opposed to the 3rd level, that's an adjustment. That's still a work in progress for him. So it's just reps for him. But I think over time, I think he'll get better at it. Cardinal Tate, I mean, he's my top receiver in this year's draft class. He's not as productive as this player coming out, but he reminds me of him, and that's Devontae Smith. He has that slender, slinky build, really good route runner, very sure hands, just a really good player overall. And then Caleb Downs, one of my favorite players in this year's class. He reminds me a lot of Budda Baker. And, people may take that as a slight, but Budda's been a 4-time All-Pro. And everybody talks about not taking safeties inside the top 10. I get it from like a financial standpoint, but at the end of the day, the draft is all about hits and misses. And if you take a guy that ends up being a Budda Baker type of player, I think you'd be fully happy with that.
Now, I asked this question to Yates earlier this week, and he really didn't have an answer for me. Maybe you do. If we project Arvell Reese to be a guy that can drop down to the edge and come off the edge and talk about his versatility, Sonny Styles is a better communicator. Like you said, he wore the green dot, so they talk to his football acumen. He's bigger. He's faster. And I can't say he's stronger because we don't know that, but he's more explosive when I look at the vertical jump. Why aren't we projecting Sonny Styles to be a guy that can be Michael Parsons, that can drop down to the edge at 6'5", looking like an avatar, with his first step being probably faster or as fast as Michael Parsons?
It's just because we haven't seen him do it. So there's a major projection with that. We've seen Arville, even though it's a limited sample size, we've seen Arville do it consistently and at a really high level. And it's not just as a pass rusher. He's a damn good edge setter as a run defender as well. He's really good with shocking and shedding, setting a firm edge as well. With Sonny, they primarily blitz him up the middle on some of that green dog stuff, those bullet A, bullet B type of blitzing. So we really haven't been able to see him rush off of the edge. So that's even more of a bigger projection as opposed to Arville, if that answers your question.
It does.
Jordan Reid is with us, ESPN NFL draft analyst. Okay, so as we move forward, we know the Jets have 16, and there's been discussion about wide receiver. There's even been discussion about Ty Simpson. Separate, where does Ty Simpson fit in the big picture for you in this draft, Jordan?
So he's my number 50 overall ranked player, and I get the infatuation with Ty, and I still think he ends up going in the back end of the first round just because the demand is going to outweigh the supply in this year's draft class. It's a foregone conclusion that Fernando Mendoza is going to be the number 1 overall pick, and then after that, you have Ty Simpson. So where exactly is he going to go? I look at possibly the Jets at 33, possibly Arizona Cardinals at 34. I think Arizona ultimately ends up trading up into the back half of the first round just so they're not going to go into the year with Gardner Minshew and Jacoby Brissett. Like, that's just not going to happen. They're going to want a young quarterback there. So I think Ty Simpson does fit what LaFleur wants to do there offensively if he stays true to some of the principles that he learned under Sean McVay. So I think offensively and schematically, Ty Simpson is a good fit for them. But a quarterback with 15 career starts, that just gives me a lot of pause. And I know Ty is the son of a coach. He's very smart. He's very cerebral. He has a lot of command at the line of scrimmage. But towards the back half of the year, a lot of teams really started to figure him out. And that's why you saw things really nosedive for him. Alabama couldn't get the run game going. They had some injuries and some drop issues as well. But I think teams did a good job of playing to his weaknesses and, flushing him a little bit outside the pocket. And then also he's had some ball security issues as well. 7 fumbles, 6 lost this past season. So he's got to clean that up as well. And then he's not an overly big guy as well. So the traits don't blow your doors off. 6'1", 211 pounds. So he's not an overly toolsy quarterback either. So the debate is, how high do you take a guy like that? Me personally, I just would feel more comfortable in the second round.
Well, we know that the Jets have, 3 picks for next year, and that's supposed to be the draft, where you have a little bit more depth so they don't have to stink and still be able to have the draft capital to be able to move up. But I guess the real debate is, we assume that the Jets are going to get defensive star at 2, but we think they're going to go offensively. And when you think about weapons, a weapon is a weapon, no matter how you phrase it. So when you think about the top receiver, you say Tate was the top receiver there. We've been having a debate here on the show about Sadiq maybe being somebody that could be a weapon that could be utilized as a big slot, or what Michael Pitts turned into this year, and be that instantaneously. If you get down to like the Bostons of the world, the Omar Coopers of the world, is it better value in what Sadiq can be as far as a matchup nightmare, as far as his versatility?
Yeah, I think so. And, I think Mason Taylor is going to end up being a good player as well. A lot of people really forget about him. I think he can be a really good receiving tight end. So getting him and Sadiq, I think, is a little bit redundant, just because when you go those 12, 13 personnel, you want to have somebody that can be a overly good blocker as well. And I think Sadiq can be that, but I think you want somebody that's a little bit more consistent from an inline standpoint. As Sadiq's more of an open field. He can do some inline stuff, but where his crushing blocks come is when he's more so in the open field and some of those perimeter stuff. So I would like to see them get more of a true weapon. Now, one player I think is in play is Jordan Tyson at 16, just because I think his skill set complements somebody well, like a Garrett Wilson. And I think at 16, the Jets need to be worried about 16 and 33. I think we need to be worried about laying the foundation for really a quarterback can enter into in 2027. So if it's a weapon at 16 or 33, whether it's a Denzel Boston, as you mentioned, at 33, or a Jordan Tyson or Omar Cooper, Casey Concepcion, or whoever at 16, I definitely think that should be in play.
Jordan Reid, ESPN NFL draft analyst. Just last one for me. Jordan, a lot of people have talked about next year and what it's going to look like and how deep it is, but we're not just talking about quarterback. Kind of lay out what 2027 and the fact that the Jets have those 3 first-round picks already means, and are you going to be surprised as a result if teams are willing to trade first-round picks next year to do something this year?
I think teams are going to be a little timid with giving up the 2027 draft capital just because they look years in advance or a year in advance as well. They understand what possibly could be coming. But, you know, it's always tough to project, especially with the quarterbacks. You never know who's going to fall off a cliff like we saw a lot of these guys do in this season, and you never know who's going to ascend like we saw with Fernando Mendoza and somebody like a Ty Simpson that really came out of nowhere as well as a one-year starter. But just looking on the surface of 2027, of course, you have Arch Manning and Dante Moore. I think those are your 2 quarterbacks that could go at the top of the draft. Julian Sayin out of Ohio State is another name that a lot of people are going to be talking about as well. And there's always a couple of guys that come out of nowhere as well. I'll go ahead and throw in Drew Mestamaker at Oklahoma State. He's a name that a lot of people are excited about, even C.J. Bailey at NC State. So there's a lot of intrigue with the 2027 quarterback class, but we always have to be careful with praising those guys as being potential first-round picks just because we never know who's going to end up taking that next step in their ascension or in their development. But what gives me promise personally with 2027 as opposed to what we saw in 2026 is that the other skill positions are very, very good. I mean, we have Jeremiah Smith at Ohio State. We know he's going to be a certified stud next year. Leonard Moore, the corner at Notre Dame, is another name that's going to go very high. Dylan Stewart and Colin Simmons are edge rushers at South Carolina and Texas as well. So it's not so quarterback-driven or so quarterback-heavy like we saw in 2026. 2027 has a lot of other skill positions that already have high-end players with potential as well.
So, hello. So
Bart?
last one for me. You may or may have not heard that it could be a huge void in the defensive line for the New York Giants with the Dexter Lawrence contract dispute going on. And we know that maybe he won't get the Quinnen Williams first and second, but a lot of the defensive linemen here has been ranked with second-round grades. If they were looking to replace him with a young guy and maybe a veteran, but what young guy probably projects that may be there if they get a second-round draft pick for Dexter Lawrence that can replace or have similar skill sets and size as Dexter Lawrence?
Well, I mean, there's only one sexy Dexy, man. There's not a lot of big individuals that move around like him, honestly, and there is not any of that type in this year's class. But the great thing for them, if they do want to take one in the second round, I think they're in the sweet spot of where a lot of these guys are going to come off of the board. And, you know, Caden McDonald out of Ohio State, I think he's the one that's probably most reminiscent of Dexter Lawrence from just a run-defending standpoint, but he doesn't give you that presence or that pocket-pushing ability as consistently as Dexter Lawrence does. But he's somebody that's probably going to be gone before they pick, I believe, at 37 overall in the second round. But some other names you're getting into, Peter Woods out of Clemson. He's probably going to go somewhere late day 1, early day 2. Caleb Banks out of Florida. He has great size, 6'6", 327 pounds, but he just had the foot surgery, which is his second one in 6 months. So I'm really interested to see how high he does go. But I think that run on day 2 defensive tackles, I think they're right in that area where we could see a lot of those guys go off the board.
He is Jordan Reid. He will be one of the centerpieces of ESPN Radio's wall-to-wall coverage of the NFL Draft. And you can go on ESPN.com right now, see his top 500 prospects. He's got it all broken down. And as you heard him say, he is traveling throughout the year and is on top of these guys. He is one of the most impressive guys that have been around doing this every year. Jordan, looking forward to it next week in Pittsburgh, man. Thanks for the time.
Same here. Thank you guys for having me as always.
Absolutely. He is, Bart, like, dude,
he's
knows
locked in,
everybody.
Bro. Yeah, I've done the draft with him.
Yeah, I forgot. You did it a couple of years ago. You know.
So I call him Chocolate Drop. Kevin Hart Dark.
See, now, I don't do that.
You know what I'm saying? He Kevin Hart Black. You know what I'm saying? Chocolate Drop.
It is time for the amazing starting lineup. It is brought to you by Ramsey Mazda. For the Mets this afternoon against the Cubs in Chicago, Carson Bench is in right field leading off. Bo Bichette at third. Then it's Lindor at short, Luis Robert Jr. in center, Alvarez doing the catching, hitting fifth. MJ Melendez is the DH, Marcus Semien at second base, Brett Beatty at first base, and in left it is Tyrone Taylor, all for Kodai Senga pitching this afternoon in Chicago. That is the amazing starting lineup brought to you by Ramsey Mazda. Get more for your money at Ramsey Mazda, like a new 2026 Mazda CX-50 or a Mazda CX-90. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. All right, we're less than a week out, okay? Just give me what you thoroughly expect at 2-16 right now for the Jets.
Well, at 2, I believe that they're probably going to go with Bailey. I think, smoke screen, not bringing him in. If you really wanted to make a true decision, if the decision wasn't made, you would have brought him in. But you've already talked to Reese, and so you have an opportunity. I think they know exactly where they want to go. For 16.
So for those people thinking that canceling the meeting means that they're not going to draft him, that's out the window. That's not true.
we don't need to interview him. We know what he is. We're high on him, and we may be sold that we want to go with the safer pick. We don't want to go with the Trayvon Walker, the workout marvel, the guy that can do everything. We want to go with the guy that's going to – we lost Jermaine Johnson, and we didn't ask Jermaine Johnson to do everything. We just want him to get to that passer. Now, I think when you look at it, right, McDonald and the other guys, when you think about the edge rush that they brought in, the kid from Green Bay, the kid from the Bengals, they got their run first and second down, run edge stoppers. I know Bailey's not this ferocious edge setter, but you can bring them in and get, pass rush. And now, once again, you have a young developmental pass rusher that you don't have to pay for 5 years that keeps that position at a low premium, as you don't have a franchise quarterback. So now you can start getting good players, and you can go get a Mika Fitzpatrick. You can get guys that's disgruntled because you're keeping the high-priced positions low outside of Garrett Wilson. Now, when you think about, 16, I think it's somebody always falls. And is it Malik? Is it Lemon? Is it Tyson? I think Tyson scares them because a receiver that's injured often should give them pause because they want somebody that can be consistently on the opposite side of Garrett Wilson to provide that protection. But you do have I-9 Mitchell. So it all depends on what type of swing Aaron Glenn is willing to take, because you swing, you can strike out or you can hit a home run. Are they trying to hit a home run, or are they just trying to get a double? Or they could with a double because they hit a home run with Garrett Wilson. But I expect that to be a pass catcher right there at that position.
I would too. And if you're going to give me the choice between Sadiq and – if Sadiq and Mekhi Lemon were both on the board, that's a very difficult choice. But I probably would still go Sadiq. Bart, if Sadiq is there at 16, I know they took Mason Taylor. This guy can line up anywhere they need him to. I would. He's too good of a weapon to not take if you're sitting in that spot and somehow he makes it there.
But listening to Jordan Reid, he's saying that, hey, they're still two Tiger guys. It's probably what you want to make it. I know he does everything, but at the end of the day, heart of hearts, he's a guy that is a pass catcher, and you already have a guy. So you need somebody that can set that edge for you. So the Jets could always do that in the secondary free agent. It's a lot of maulers out there that they can get out there that's just going to be a great tight end. Hashtag basically like Kohler out in Baltimore, who's basically just another offensive tackle. Now, to be able to put points on the board and be able to have two guys that can do that, we saw that last year with Hunter Henry and I forgot the other guy for the Patriots. Hunter Henry and
not Jonnu Smith, because he was
it was a third. It was the second one. Hunter Henry went back to Atlanta. It was the other guy. I can't think of him right now. But the Tiger personnel is a prevalent personnel because it causes so much matchup problems. But the Jets should go out there that way.
Austin Hooper was the guy.
Yeah, Austin Hooper. What we really haven't talked about from a Giants standpoint, and like to get into it because we won't be together sometimes next week, is Thibodeau. And Thibodeau, the fact that Thibodeau could be somebody that you get an extra pick from. So, it's not out of the realm that Dexter Lawrence could be gone. It's not out of the realm because, little bro could be trying to help up big bro. I mean, big bro could be trying to help out little bro, right? Because they need pass rushers outside of Khalil Mack out there. If, you help – he's always helped his brother, give him pieces out there. And if you get rid of a guy like Thibodeau, I guarantee you Harbaugh has been talking to Kyle Van Noy saying, hang around, don't worry about it. Once this thing shake out, we get a little extra money. We could get some money back from Dexter Lawrence. We could move Thibodeau. We're going to come get you because you need that type of veteran leadership. You need that type of guy who's been a double-digit guy when we thought his career was over with in New England and we thought his career was over with in Miami. He had like 12 sacks or 13 sacks, then came back late last season and probably got like 7 or 8 sacks. So that's a guy that you can get to productivity and a guy that is a leader in the locker room, a guy that's well-respected around the NFL, and a guy who probably is one of Harbaugh's favorite people. And he'll definitely take care of a guy like that because he's still got some juice left.
So in his 3 years, now he only had 2 last year, but in his 3 years in Baltimore.
He was hurt last year.
Yeah. Well, in his 3 years in Baltimore, 23.5 sacks. I mean, that's production. That's production.
So what was the first? So that tells you what the first 2 was.
First year was 9, then it was 12.5, and then last year he had the 2. He played in the games, but he wasn't 100%.
Yeah. And plus, Metabike being injured didn't give them any interior access.
So what you're saying is you have no problem if the Giants, before this draft or on draft day, trade away both Thibodeau and Lawrence.
Well, Kayvon is going to be gone regardless. I mean, anybody that offers a decent compensation for him, you picked up his fifth-year option. You picked up his fifth-year option, a late second, early third.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to lose him. He's going to walk out the door anyway, right? You got Carter. You got Burns. He's a fifth-year option. You're not going to sign him or make an offer for him. You got a top 10 first-round draft pick, and you got a guy that had damn near 16, 18 sacks last year. He's going to walk out the door. So you got to get something for him, and this is an opportunity to get something for him. So I fully anticipate at some point Kayvon won't be a part of the team.
A couple of the people checking in over on the ESPN YouTube chat, loving Jordan Reid. Let's see. Nueva checking in. He's great. Amazing analysis there. Also, C.G. Moore. Damn, he was good. That was a good get, guys. Jordan is fantastic. He really is, and is locked in on all of this stuff. It's Bart Carlin on ESPN New York at 800-919-3776. Bart is, he's a teacher of life. And in moments, we go back to a segment that we've done a couple of times and we continue to bring back because we learn something new every day. How to do the wrong thing the right way with Bart Scott. That is on the way next on ESPN New York.
The Knicks.
It's great to be in this position, but it doesn't really mean anything because at the end of the day, when you get in the playoffs, you got to find a way to win 4 of those 7.
The Hawks.
Atlanta's a good team. We're a good team. Everybody's good, especially at this time of the year.
The NBA playoffs.
You are better than Atlanta. Period. Stop. You should go out and you should beat Atlanta. And it should not be one of these extended series either.
No, you should beat them in 5.
You should.
Game 1 coverage begins Saturday at 5 on 880, 1050, and the ESPN New York app.
NBA fans, listen up. You can enter FanDuel's Play-In Palooza for a chance to win a share of $2 million in bonus bets every day of the Play-In tournament. All you have to do is place a live bet using your Play-In Palooza token. Then you'll automatically be entered for a chance to win a share of $2 million in bonus bets. So don't just watch the NBA Play-In tournament from the sidelines. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get in on the action. And don't forget to enter FanDuel's Play-In Palooza for a chance to win a share of $2 million in bonus bets. Play your game with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA. 21 plus and physically present in New York. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Limit 1 entry. Profit boost bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost token. Prizes issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
If you're trying to save money but still eat well, just go to Wild Fork Foods and thank me later. You get pork tenderloin for $2.50 a pound, ground turkey for $3 a pound, ground chorizo for only $4 a pound. Those are everyday staples at serious value, and it's all blast frozen, so you're not sacrificing quality. Plus, they've got over 450 options, 7 locations, or same-day delivery at wildforkfoods.com. Go check out Wild Fork Foods.
25 a month, 5 whole years, same sweet number in your ears. Check it in a year, check it in 5. This ain't optimum 5, but price is still alive. 25 a month, 5 whole years, same sweet number in your ears. Get Optimum famously fast fiber internet. Optimum.com/25 for 5. Or call 8884-OPTIMUM. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2026 Mazda CX-50 Hybrid Preferred all-wheel drive for $259 for 36 months. Or buy with 1.9% APR for 60 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN TN155263. MSRP $37,455. Zero security deposit. APR $17.48 per month for $1,000 financed, and it's $430.26.
It feels like everyone's sick right now. You aren't imagining it. Doctors say this is the worst cold and flu season in 25 years, and it's not over. I was just traveling. It was like everyone around me was coughing, sneezing, and sick. I can't afford to get sick, and I doubt you can either. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. Having a medical emergency kit is like having urgent care and pharmacy right in your home. It includes essential prescriptions like generic Z-Pak to help you get well faster, plus important antibiotics to treat pneumonia, strep throat, sinus and ear infections, nausea, even UTIs, and many more common and serious illnesses. It's your kit the moment you need it. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's genius. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. I can save you $45 when you use my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. Again, save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel, 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. We'll get as many as we can in before the Michael Kay Show coming up at 1 o'clock. And then later on, we've got some Mets baseball on 880 coming up as well. Mets are in Chicago to face the Cubs. 1:40, our coverage begins. With Xfinity, you already enjoy ESPN as part of your TV lineup with live games, daily sports coverage, and expert analysis. And now the ESPN Unlimited plan is available at no additional cost, giving you access to additional ESPN content in the ESPN app, including more must-see action like WWE premium live events. Oh, WrestleMania this weekend? Yeah. On-demand programming and originals to explore. Visit Xfinity.com/your subscriptions to activate ESPN Unlimited Access. Then start watching on the ESPN app. More from ESPN all in one place. Bartolomeo, you have always been good at instructing the younger fellas as a team leader as to how to handle themselves in good and bad situations, but also how to do the wrong thing the right way.
You thought you were going to get away with it.
Yeah, baby. I've always been above average.
But you made one mistake.
I'm sure he got the nipple clamps.
Bart Scott is here to teach us how to do the wrong thing.
Who's better than me? Me, that's who.
The right way.
I got dropped on my head plenty of times.
Well, that explains a lot.
Yes, welcome to today's edition. And I thought I would help guys out as we have these spring breaks coming and we have to do these honeydew. And sometimes, like I'm going to have to do next week, I got to watch my own kid. And, you realize that you really don't know your own kid because sometimes your spouse does so much of the heavy lifting as far as understanding the schedule, what time to be at a certain place. I mean, I remember getting cussed out in the drop-off line because I didn't know, where to stop. I didn't drive up too much. You get yelled at about, getting out and walking your kid to the front. So I want to tell everybody how to understand the rules of engagement when you have to take care of your own kid and you don't really know that little dude. You know what I'm saying? So
you don't really know that little dude.
I mean, you got to understand, it's different when mom is there. You come in, you the hero. You ain't did nothing. You ain't dropped them off from school. You ain't made lunch. I don't even know all my kids' teachers. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I can't – you come in, you throw them up.
I
hey.
know, but just the way you put it, you don't even really know that.
You don't really know that dude like that, man. Listen, the mom that's at home, the wife, they know the kid way better than you do. Your job is say, okay, I'm going to bring back some McDonald's or, okay, we can go to the movies. So how you have to survive once, you have to get the schedule. And listen, you got to put the grease board up there because what you don't remember or don't understand is you don't realize just how hard it is to wake a damn kid up in the morning, right? Because you assume because you tell them to get up that they're going to get up, but they're going to go back to sleep. And then what happens is you're going to sit down and you're going to be like, yo, I don't hear no moving. You're going to take your ass back up there and realize that, oh, crap, I don't have time to drop them off in time. I got to grab some McDonald's. You don't realize you got to provide a lunch. You don't realize you got to provide breakfast, and breakfast takes a long damn time because I put it like this. Making breakfast, making him eat breakfast could take anywhere from 45 to 4 hours. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be strategic. You know what I mean? Once, if you want to cut the time out, hit him with some cereal or some oatmeal or something like that in the morning. Do not try and be dad of the week and say, I'm going to cook some pancakes, I'm going to cook some bacon, I'm going to cook all that because I want him to love me more than his mother because you're afraid that they're going to put you in a nursing home when you get older. Keep it simple, right? Because the last thing you want to do is to miss the bus and now you got to drop his ass off at school and all the teachers looking at you like you the worst dad in history. First of all, whenever my dad took me to school 3 times, and I almost got in fights. You want to know why? Because my classmates was upset that I knew my daddy. Hey, you got a dad? Oh, man, you think you something special. You know your daddy, man? So, anyway, make sure you get them up early. Make sure the night before, because kids, if you tell them to get dressed, when you come downstairs, he's going to embarrass the hell out of you if they're in elementary or anywhere below that, right? Make sure you put the clothes out before in the morning. Make sure you pre-pack the lunch. And make sure that you keep it simple with oatmeal and bacon, microwavable bacon, all that type of stuff to get them up out of there. And then when you get them out of school, remember, you don't know this dude that well. You know what I'm saying? You want to limit the conversation. You ain't going to have much to talk about. Everything that you're talking about can be accomplished from home to the movie theaters. Go to the movie theater, take him to the movie theater, call up some of his friends, give him a play date, come home. We know that all dads listen the same way. As long as they can hear you moving around, they'll stay asleep. As soon as it's quiet, they know something creepy's going on and they got to get their ass up. Every dad has always been there. I don't know if your dad was like this, Chris. His way of watching you was like, hey!
Yeah.
Hey! What the hell y'all doing in there? Y'all better not be doing nothing wrong. No, sir. All right.
No, mine was more fear-based. Mine was like, if he is paying attention, something's wrong. You're just trying to not draw any attention to what's going on. That's what mine was.
So you survive that, and when wifey comes home, you pay him off, and you say, listen, mine's always say, don't let him get on the iPad. Are you crazy? So I get 5 hours a piece. I give Bryce the iPad. I ain't gonna hear nothing from him. So you gotta bribe the kid to say, don't tell mom, because he know he ain't supposed to be on it, and you know he ain't supposed to be on it. Bribe your kids, pre-pack your lunch. Please make sure you don't miss the bus, because if you don't, you got to drop him off. You're going to be in a long-ass line, and the parents going to look at you crazy because you got to walk his ass in and explain why you late. Like, this ain't your kid. Like, you can't, like you got to tell them why you a bad parent today. We late because we late. Now sit your ass down and tell my kid what he need to learn for the day. Don't be judging me.
Bribe your kid.
You got to. You got to, because he snitch.
That is another brilliant You
don't really know your kids like that, brother.
Huh?
You don't really know your kids.
That was a brilliant example of how to do the wrong thing the right way. It was perfect. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York app, we got a little issue that we have to address vis-a-vis the World Cup coming and New Jersey Transit and a complete mess on the way, plus your calls, 800-919-3776. Have your expectations changed on the Knicks getting to the finals because of what's happened later in the year with Boston and how Detroit dominated? 800-919-3776.
Gold and silver prices are soaring and near all-time highs. If you want to get cash in your hands for your old jewelry, now is the time. Get the most competitive prices at the Estates Roadshow. Old rings, chains, and even broken jewelry. Don't wait. Cash in while gold and silver are hot. 4 locations this week: Paramus, Staten Island, Old Bridge, and Toms River. Bring your gold, silver, coins, diamonds, and watches. Even broken pieces, and get cash on the spot. There's never been a better time to sell. No appointments, no fees, no pressure. Just friendly, professional buyers with over 35 years in the business. Go to the Estates Roadshow Monday through Friday in Paramus at the Courtyard by Marriott, Staten Island at the Hilton Garden Inn, and Friday through Tuesday in Old Bridge at TMT Cash for Gold. The bright yellow building on Route 9 South and Toms River, corner of Route 37 and Hooper Avenue. For more info, follow Estates Roadshow on Facebook or go to tmtcashforgold.com.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good.
Listen, I know the mentality. You try to play through pain and walk it off. Push through one more day. But when it comes to neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, that's a losing game. That's when you call Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain. Dr. Shaw is one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he focuses on non-surgical solutions that get real results. No cuts, no downtime, no dependence on pain meds. He builds you a custom game plan for you so that you can move better, feel better, and live pain-free. Same day or next day appointments are available. Visit SandwellPain.com. Stop managing pain. Start beating it.
Chris Carlin with you. Glad to be joined right now by Taylor Canfield. He is the U.S. Sail GP team driver. And we are all getting ready for the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix coming up at the end of May. Taylor, how we doing?
Yeah, we're excited for the home event in New York. And, can't wait to be there and racing in front of all the fans.
Now, what is your role as driver of the U.S. Sail GP team?
So as a driver, you kind of have 2 different roles. One is trying to help make sure that the boat is going, as fast as you can around the racetrack. And then in addition to that, kind of the decision maker on board and, using the information that I'm getting from the whole team and the coach booth to kind of make those split-second decisions around the racetrack.
It sounds like an awesome atmosphere. What's the energy going to be like sailing right at New York City?
There's no better feeling racing in front of the home crowd, representing our country and hearing their cheering through our headsets that we have on board is, it gives me the chills just thinking about it. So we're pumped.
We're looking forward to the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix coming at the end of May. Taylor, thanks.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
Adam Schefter here. You know the feeling when a candidate just stands out? Not just their resume, but their energy. That makes a difference. If you're hiring, you want a candidate who's passionate, but you can't get that insight from a resume unless you post your job on ZipRecruiter. Their matching technology finds qualified candidates fast, and ZipRecruiter has a new feature that shows you the most interested qualified candidates first. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
Okay, team. Huddle up.
Why are you dressed like a hockey player?
Because America's energy security is on thin ice. We're facing an overburdened electric grid, rising fuel costs, and severe weather. But here's your power play. Propane. It's affordable, abundant, safe. Propane is reliable energy, even when the grid isn't. Advantage Propane.
Learn more at propane.com/powerplay.
Now through April 23rd, get to Floor & Decor's flagship store in Brooklyn at 850 3rd Avenue. Enter the Design Your Day with K sweepstakes presented by Floor & Decor. Discover unmatched selection, unbelievable prices, plus standout looks in tile, wood, stone, and more. Explore fresh ideas, find your inspiration, and see real people, real projects. The Design Your Day with K sweepstakes, only at Floor & Decor in Brooklyn. Now through April 23rd. Visit ESPNNewYork.com for full details and rules.
Yeah. It's Friday, baby. Chris, you know what that means?
Oh, no, Tom.
Well, Bart's not here, so here we go. Just got paid. Friday night. Party jumping. Feel all right. Booty shaking. Dance to the beat. Oh, yeah. Oh.
I can't believe he missed it. Oh, my God.
I'm very disappointed right now.
That is a terrible job by him.
What's worse is not that Bart's missing. It's that everybody had to hear me sing the song.
And me. They don't need that. Nobody needs that. You missed it.
I missed it?
Do it again. Play the music again. I can't. Going into the weekend, it's bad juju for us to have been the people
we got to do it.
Singing it.
Yeah.
Tom and I just sang it. You're on your own here.
Sang it awfully.
Yes.
Yeah. Here we go. You know, I got a flight to catch. That's what's wrong. I was trying to get my passport. 2, 3, 5, 6. Just got paid. Friday night. Party's jumping. Feel all right. Booty shaking, dancing to the beat. Oh, the Knicks, stand on your feet. Yeah, just got paid. Yes, everybody, we finally made it to freaking Friday. And guess what? Saturday, the Knicks are going to start us off and kick our weekend off the right way with a dub, with that belt to ass of the Atlanta Hawks. And who knows what the Mets and the Yankees are going to do, but we don't care right now. We've got a good distraction. The weather is nice. It's going to be a little colder next week as it returns. So enjoy this weekend and ask yourself, as always, what would Rihanna do? So that's how I live my life. What would Rihanna do? And you should too as well. Rock out with your socks out, man. Friday, we finally made it here. Kick your feet up. Take a breath.
What would Riri do? Okay. We got our feel-good moment of the week, my friend.
Yeah,
that's you to deliver.
Man, that is easy peasy. Like, I mean, what are we talking about?
Well, I need you to read the copy first. That's what you need to do first and foremost.
Okay, let me pull it
and
up.
I'll just stretch here and talk while you're looking for it.
Every Friday with Bart and Carlin, we highlight the feel-good moment of the week. Presented by the Samwell Institute for Pain Management.
Oh, that's perfect then. There's no need for me to read it because it's already here.
Let's say it again.
I'm trying to. Oh, man, I had it up all day. And now as soon as I need it, I don't have it. Here it is. Pull up my reads. All right. This is brought to you by. No, this is not. Okay, here we go. Hopefully it pops right up. All right, well, how about I just go to the feel-good moment of the week as this loads up, and I'll tell you exactly what it is.
I'll read it for you. How about that? Feel-good moment of the week brought to you by Samuel Institute for Pain Management. What is it, Bartholomew?
It is the start of the playoffs. You got the Knickerbockers with a favorable matchup trying to not play with our food and do exactly what we need to do, and that's to get that dub and start getting it all together. Now, the Knicks are going to have a favorable matchup. We need Karl Anthony Towns to step up. He needs to be the big man. The big man has to be big when you talk about Karl Anthony Towns. This should be his series. These are the reasons you brought him in here for. You got a small lineup with the Atlanta Hawks. Let's get her done. Let's start it off. Let's not play with our food. And then Monday, do it all over again because we want Boston to have to struggle. And that is the feel-good moment of the week. Brought to you by Sandwell Pain Management for pain-free life. Visit SandwellPain.com today. And I'm keeping it short and sweet because this series should be short and sweet. Don't play with your food. Don't play down to your level. Kick their ass and eat some lemon pepper wigs when you get there and have fun.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. All right, hey, having said that, first of all, why are you looking for your passport when you were just in, what do you call it? You were just in Africa 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, because I put it away. I always put it away in the same spot, and I have like I have a Apple tag on it. So I just had, what happened is I took it out of the pouch, and so I need to get the pouch so I don't lose it. So if I lose it, I can find it.
And then you just had a little wardrobe change too.
Yeah, just the undershirt that's going to go with over the shirt. That's what I'm saying. Because the flight's at 3:17, and it's an international flight, and you never know how the traffic is going to be. So I'm trying to make sure I'm prepared. You know what I mean? You start preparing. You start wrapping stuff up, making sure that the book bag is there. In between breaks.
But you will. I don't think we're going to miss you for very long.
No. This is just a 2-day thing.
Okay. All right. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the business, investment opportunities.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got to blow off a little steam, you know what I'm saying? These are all the things I didn't do for New Year's. I ain't do nothing. I came in the next day. I did nothing for Christmas. I did nothing.
That's true. You were working all the holidays, for Pete's sake.
Yeah, I worked the 12 days that everybody took off because I knew this time was coming.
Hey, Tom, what exactly is going on with the World Cup and New Jersey Transit?
A lot. And by a lot, I mean a lot of problems. This is not a lot of good things going on. So I'll preface by saying supposedly there's going to be an announcement later today, either by FIFA or New Jersey Transit, about what's going on and what's been reported. But supposedly the new thing is they're supposedly charging round-trip tickets from Penn Station to the game that could cost over $100 for anybody commuting to the game. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, can't you just drive to the game? Well, no. You can't really do that because they're going to ban parking at MetLife Stadium. Supposedly, there's going to be parking at American Dream Mall, which I'm seeing a report on CBS right now. That cost could start at $225 per game day. So the only way to get there right now is to take a train from Penn Station, which, by the way, another report was they're going to close down part of, if not all of Penn Station, exclusively for the World Cup games on the days that they're going to be having at the stadium, which would strand commuters and essentially screw everybody who works in New York on a daily basis, who are the actual customers that actually use it daily instead of just catering to the people who are going to be there maybe once.
Oh, my God.
Yep. That's exactly why. That's exactly why, like, I got to do the draft at because they're preparing for that. That's exactly why I got to do the draft at Pier 17. Because they're starting to get rid of that stuff already right now. And, another thing that's pissed me off about the World Cup, why can they bring in grass for soccer, but they can't bring in grass for the players?
I mean, that's a problem. That's absolutely a problem.
You talk about protecting your investments. Look at all the players that we've lost. Not even just, over the last couple of years, just because of the surface.
I wish I had an answer for that. But I'm just looking at the schedule for MetLife for the World Cup. There's a game on June 13th, June 16th, June 22nd, the 25th, the 27th, July 5th, and then the 19th is the final. So that's what, that's 8 days. 8 days where you cannot commute via Penn Station in and out of New York on those days. I didn't look to see, how many of those days are.
It's going to be specific time windows. It's not going to be for the entire day. It's probably going to be like a 4-hour window leading up to the game.
But all these games are rush hour. The games are like 3 o'clock, 8 o'clock,
right.
4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. That doesn't matter.
I'd also like to point out this is an issue that is going on between FIFA and New Jersey Transit. The blame game, put on whoever you want, but right now it's on both sides.
You're both screwing the customers.
So basically, there's looks like there's 2 games, maybe 3 of those games are on a weekend. I mean, what are we doing?
Sucks for you guys.
What are we doing? And $100 round trip from Penn Station,
which is normally $12.90.
I didn't even think it was that much. Penn Station to the Meadowlands, which to go to the stadium. It's not even like that's a direct train. You got, to my knowledge, you have to change at Secaucus and get on the little mini train to go over to the stadium.
Crazy work, man.
I mean, are you kidding me with this?
Send you up for the old screw job. Well, enjoy this weekend.
I get the hell out of town with this World Cup stuff. I mean, I get it. It's a big deal, and I know that, but this is not what – it wasn't like that for the Super Bowl. They didn't shut down Penn. Like, it was a disaster after the game, but that was one day. It was a Sunday night.
Be honest, the Super Bowl is not the World Cup.
At least in attendance, maybe not. But and now you have to go over to the. Oh my God!
And you can't
go to the American Dream Mall. What about the old Continental Airlines Arena parking lot or whatever the hell it is? I mean, geez.
Go park at the horse track. Can you park at the horse track?
No, that's too close to the stadium. I'm sure you can't park at the track. The Continental had that big walkway that you had to walk over. Yeah. That was a big enough mess to begin with.
Yeah, if I was a Giant facility, I'd be charging $500 a parking spot.
Oh my God.
Yeah, be a signing bonus for Dexter.
And these clowns are all pointing at each other. I mean, geez, give me a break. Here's what I would just say. On those days, if you could, and I know this is easy to say, just do everything you can to avoid that whole mess. But they're all 4 and 5 and 6 o'clock games, all during rush hour. Come on.
Yeah, that's when you call in your day. Should be no work day for nobody.
I thought this was supposed to be the feel-good moment of the week.
No, the feel-good moment is the Knickerbockers are coming.
I know. I just brought us all down for the last segment of the show. It's my point.
It's kind of your specialty.
Yeah, I'm kind of a negative jerk. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, The Michael Kay Show is next.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.